A very good evening, everyone, and welcome inside the Southwood County Rec Center as the Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings take on the Dells Ducks. My name is Matt Penn. You're going to be joined today by Mark Lochner up here high above Southwood County Rec Center, getting ready for this matchup of two teams in the USPHL Premier Midwest West that are looking to ascend the standings late in the season. Let's talk first about the Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings. And Mark, you've got a good first-hand look at the Riverkings so far this season here at home. 14, 15, and 1, 29 points. Got off to a really fast start. Won some big games, but boy, those showcases can be really hectic. And I'll tell you a quick story. When the Riverkings came down to the Dells to start off this season, I asked Paul Peckman, who did you make mad? Looking at those showcase matchups that they had to have, and unfortunately, not a great time down at Tampa or in Chicago because you're taking on some really heavy hitters in those games.
Yeah, well, and he kind of said that's kind of based on last year's, some of the past seasons, how they get signed into some of those. So this team starting off this year is brand new, coming into they've not played together, so it took them a little while, taking them some time to get some chemistry put together, but they've really started to build, and they're starting to put some new pieces into the puzzle too. There's some new names coming in. There's some names that they've got that are on the roster tonight that aren't even here yet, so it'll be interesting to see how that all starts to meld together and how it starts to blend.
Yeah, a couple of players I saw, including one who's going to be starting here today, Ian Bowman out of Palm Desert, California, 20-year-old. So you're adding a little veteran presence to this lineup. He comes over from the Boston Junior Rangers, and really if there's one thing that the Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings have been looking for, Mark, it is definitely not the goaltending or the defense. They've only given up 91 goals so far this season. That's second best in the USPHL Premier Midwest West. It's the goal scoring that they need. They've only scored 82 this season. That is 7th in the USPHL Premier Midwest West. So they're going to be looking for a way to get the offense rolling here.
Yeah, you can't win many games if you don't score any goals. So that's got to be number one on Paul's list. I know he wants to get some offensive pressure going.
Well, they'll be taking on a Dells Ducks team that has been getting increasingly harder to score against. The Ducks coming in 8th in the USPHL Premier Midwest West at 9-21-2-1 shootout loss for a total of 21 points. Chris Mazurek goes in net. Chris Mazurek is 4-1 in his last 5 starts. Going into last weekend's game against the Steele County Blades, he had stopped 167 of 174 shots. This is a goaltender who is heating up, and the Riverkings are going to have some work to try to get one past Chris Mazurek here today, or several if they can.
Yeah, that's going to be the goal right here tonight as we get ready for things to roll here.
Ooh, some effects here at Southwood County Rec Center. I'm always enjoying that. So we talked about the standings and where these two teams are coming in and why this is important. As you take a look at the Riverkings, they're sitting 6th in the USPHL Premier Midwest West, just outside of that 4-5 matchup. The Steele County Blades are ahead of them at 34 games played, but only 32 points. And then you take a look at the Isanti Outlaws, who are 4th. That would be a home spot for the Riverkings in the first round of the playoffs. That's 6 points to make up and can be very doable down the stretch here this season. Leading scorer for the Dells Ducks is Ethan Matthews, second-year Duck who was traded last year from the Cincinnati Cyclones. He's a big old boy, too. Standing at 6'2", going over 210 pounds, 8 goals, 18 assists, 26 points. Logan Potts out of Texas, 10 and 12 for 22, second in scoring. On the other side for the Riverkings, it's William Tricarico, who is leading the charge at 34 points on the season. And last week's USPHL Premier Midwest West Player of the Week, Tobias Falkide, 22 points on the season. He had himself a pretty nice showcase down in Florida.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to catch up on a lot of the showcase stuff down in Florida. I had a son that had surgery on Thursday, so...
Oh, all my best to him. Did he do okay?
He did all right. It was the hernia surgery, so doctor says it's routine, but if you've ever had you got any kids, and if your kids are under the knife, there's nothing routine about it.
Oh, no, definitely not. And, I'm sure he's having a good time sitting on the couch watching Dad take care of all the business.
He is doing that.
All right. Well, don't let him do it too long. I'm sure there is a time frame on that, but glad to hear that he is doing all right. All right, we're going to pause for just a moment. We're going overhead. National Anthem is coming up, followed by the drop of the puck. Night number 1 of 2. These two teams will see each other again tomorrow. The Dells Ducks visiting the Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings here at the Southwood County Rec Center.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise, gentlemen, remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Wisconsin Rapids Community Media, Hockey TV with Civic Media. We're also doing a simulcast this evening on 105.5 WIRI. My name is Matt Panier. I'm going to be bringing you the action along with Mark Lochner today. Art Napgezek is our producer. Matt Fillmore, Mr. Technical Director himself. And WIRI Studios, Don Chesborough, man in the dials back there at WIRI for us. Let's quickly introduce you to our starting goaltenders in tonight's contest between the Dells Ducks and the Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings. First for the visitors, and this is weird for me to say because usually it's the other way around. It's going to be Chris Mazurek going for the Dells Ducks, 5-7 with 1 overtime loss on the season, 3.62 goals against average, 9.1 save percentage, and 1 shutout, a 45 save performance against the Chicago Cougars back at the showcase. Mazurek, 19 years of age, 5'9", 145, out of Batavia, Illinois, last playing for Bradley University ACHA Division 3. On the other side, for the home squad, the Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings, they're going to send out Bora Yildirim. 10 games played, 5-5, 3.52 goals against average, 9.12 save percentage for Yildirim. He is 6 foot 172, 19-year-old out of Praha, Czechia, I should say. Last playing for HK Lev Slany of the Czechia 4 division. You don't know how hard it is for me no longer to say Czech Republic. When did they change that?
I don't know if you can keep track of the way things change over there in that Eastern Bloc area.
Yeah,
You're
right.
Way ahead of a lot of the world.
Yeah, exactly. That gets a little tough to kind of keep track of that. I remember just tuning into the World Juniors 2 years ago, and all of a sudden Canada was playing Czechia. I said, where did they find this team? And then I started to put 2 and 2 together and figured it out. So that is where we see Bora Yildirim from. A couple of ceremonial puck drops coming up here with Miss Wisconsin Rapids in the house here today.
Rookie is an 8th grader at Wisconsin Rapids.
Of course, Bryce Jacobson, the captain for the Dells Ducks down at center ice. He is increasingly crawling up the charts in Dells Ducks scoring. Will be up against the captain for the Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings, John Leopard, who will be starting back on defense with Kyle Cuppolo today. You did mention, Mark, some of the newer lineup insertions here for the Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings. One of them being number 18, Ian Bowman. The other being number 14, Ryan Hughes. Is going to be making his debut for the Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings today. 5'11", 180, 18-year-old out of Norfolk, Virginia. Last playing for the Hampton Roads Whalers Elite Squad. So essentially a step up for him here into the Premier Division, and we'll see how it plays out for him.
Yeah, we'll see how it plays out. Part of a trade, and he's been doing some, well, Petchman, the coach for the Riverkings, he's been doing some wheeling and dealing and just trying to fit some pieces together. I mean, that was the thing that was hard for me when after seeing them for last couple of years, and this whole new team that he put together last spring, it happened fast. It happened really fast. So I'm curious to see. It's been over a month since they've been on home ice, so I'm curious to see how they come out here tonight and see if they can put something together.
All the way back to December 10th when they last took on the Hudson Havoc here at the Southwood County Rec Center. As we said, first of two here on the weekend. These two teams meeting for the third time this season. The Riverkings have won both. 5-2 on September the 30th, and then 7-3 on October the 7th. So the Dells Ducks will be looking to flip the script here. They'll start with Bryce Jacobson at center against Tobias Falkite. The Riverkings wear the white jerseys with the blue and green trim. They're going from left to right across your computer screen, mobile device, or on the radio dial. I don't ever get to say that. As the Dells Ducks will chase into their own end off of the face-off. They're wearing the purple jerseys with the green trim. An outlet pass over to the far side will be poked ahead by Logan Potts into the offensive zone. The big forward from Allen, Texas, second leading scorer on the Dells Ducks squad. Riverkings have control in their own zone. Turning the puck over, though, it'll be fed for Crawford, rejected at the front of the net, then played back toward the blue line. Up the right-hand side, it'll be Reese Mills chipping into the zone. Jack Kupstein, big defenseman, a 17-year-old out of Vista, California. As it's played back out to neutral, the Ducks are back in possession.
Hill came out onto the ice for Mills for the Riverkings.
Turned over here, the Riverkings in front. That shot blocked by Austin Holmberg. Not clear, though, when the shot goes wide as the Riverkings have possession again. Fed for Tricarico. That'll be shot through the blue paint. Back out the other side. Another shot in, and Chris Mazurek will hang on and get a whistle just 59 seconds in. Little good pressure there off of a turnover faced by the Riverkings.
Yeah, the Riverkings seem like they came out. They're just putting the puck on net. And, you know, they say you put on net, good things happen. So that seems to be their strategy so far.
On the face-off, Tricarico couldn't fire that one through traffic. Gage Senio, the defenseman, had his stick lifted. Tricarico pumped that one wide. Last time these two teams met, Tricarico with 2 goals and 2 assists down at Lake Delton Ice. Ducks still having a heck of a time getting it out of their own zone as they try to play it up the right wing and eventually do pop the puck back out to center, where it was controlled by the Riverkings. Tricarico off of the wall, back into the offensive zone onto the stick of number 21, Ewan Hill. Ducks on the intercept. Ryan Hammer, the converted defenseman, up at forward now. He's going to take a big hit as he sends it into the Riverkings end. Wisconsin Rapids pass up. And here is Tricarico trying to step through. Senio got past him. Tricarico back on the puck. In alone, and the save is made by Mazurek. Rebound chance. He stopped that, and they score.
Looks like Peel got the goal after a couple of rebounds.
3 chances there for the Riverkings after Tricarico worked his way through traffic. Mazurek in a prone position could not come up with the third stop. And the Riverkings get one very quickly, 1:43 in.
I think I got a correction. I think it was Potter. I saw the P on the jersey from my angle and then spit out the wrong name.
That's okay. It happens to the best of us. Sebastian Potter now with his 7th of the season. Scored the opener against the Dells Ducks earlier this year down at Lake Delton Ice. Here come the Ducks right back into the offensive zone. We'll see what assists are at. I believe Tricarico will get one. So indeed it's Potter, 18th point of the season from Hill and Tricarico. So Tricarico continues to build on his team lead with 35 points now in the campaign. Back out of center, Hill unable to make the deflection as the puck goes back into the Ducks zone, so that will go for icing as Jackson Armstrong comes back. Well, we talked about offense, Mark, and if you're the Riverkings, that was exactly what you were looking for right there.
Yeah, exactly what you're looking for, and unfortunately the icing, though, brings the face-off all the way back into your defensive zone when you've been able to keep good pressure on. So we'll see if the Ducks can come up with any kind of a offensive zone pressure. They haven't had a lot yet, so we'll see if the Riverkings defense is up to the task.
Adam Brown, the longest tenured Dells Ducks, now with 111 games played. One of their top scorers as the puck comes back out to center. It'll be picked back up by the Riverkings and carried into the offensive zone. Dropped back by Tricarico. Save made off of a long shot from Mazurek. Ducks back in possession, and it's Noah Check racing through neutral. Over the red line, chips past Reese Atkins into the zone where Gildiran will stop the puck up and give off for Ryan Hughes. Hughes almost intercepted by Reese Atkins. In fact, he will hold the zone, plays it back down to the corner where the puck was intercepted by the Riverkings. Ducks putting some pressure on the forecheck, too. Adam Brown and Lucas Epperson trying to pull the puck free back behind. Riverkings have it again. They'll work up the near side while Austin Holmberg unable to hold the zone. Jack Kupstein has it back out at center. Fluttered into the Riverkings zone. Brown comes back to the line, and that'll be offside on the hit. So the Ducks trying to push back here, but still no shots on goal.
Yep, Brown was trying to get out of the zone there, and that puck just took kind of a sideways bounce, and he ran into a River King, and the puck hit off his skate. So a little bit of stoppage, and on we go.
Adam Brown in his third season with the Dells Ducks. However, last year he played for the Hershey Cubs. So in his 5th overall year with juniors, but just took a little break from the Dells for a season. Back to the line, Jack Kupstein over the wall. He's going to turn that puck over. It's a foot race back into the Ducks zone as Matt LaJoy doesn't get there in time, and that'll be whistled on an icing and maybe a 50-50 call at best.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looked like LaJoy was going to get there first, but well, don't argue with the stripes.
Well, I mean,
they're always right.
You can, but
it doesn't work out very well.
Sound like arguing with my wife. Just give up. just let it go. Face-off is won by the River Kings. It'll be Kyle Kupalo on the take down in the bottom of the circle. The long outlet pass that deflects off of Senio into the offensive zone. Here's LaJoy with a shot save made. And Mazurk will hang on as Jackson Jones collides with a man heading toward the net mouth. There's one thing you'll notice about Chris Mazurek, Mark, is that he has extremely good rebound control. He's not going to spit a lot of puck back, unlike the goal. But if you get some players in front of him, take away the eyes, makes it a little more difficult on him.
Yeah, well, I was going to say that the River Kings are lucky then because they got that first goal off of the rebound, but good move.
Ducks with a chance at 2-on-1 back the other way. Kyle Kupalo able to clean it up at his own blue line and chip it back out to neutral. Now here's Gage Senio from Red Deer, Alberta, Canada. Second-year Dells Duck. Flipping it right back to the offensive zone out at center. Jackson Jones ties up Ethan Dominy. Dominy, another player who had a really nice time down at Lake Delton Ice. A goal and 3 assists the last time these two teams met. Bryce Cooper looking for Dominy in front. Puck deflected off of a skate. It'll be Dominy on the take once again. A pass out of the stick of number 26, Owen Atkins. Atkins in the corner. Puck will pop free back to Leopard. Near side point. Rings that one around over toward the far side. Chipped by Logan Potts. Kupalo able to hold the zone at the top of the circle. Hammered out a couple of times and eventually played back to Mazurek by his own defenseman, and he'll cover with 15:40 left here in the first period. 1-0 River Kings leading the Ducks.
Yeah, it gives stoppage of play, gives everybody a chance to change up and get some fresh legs on the ice. The shift, they were going for a little while there, so.
Yeah, tremendous start here for the River Kings as well. They've got 4 shots on goal. The Ducks have yet to test. Gilderum down at our left-hand side. Let's try to force the turnover. Lucas Andrusowicz falls down, and there's a move in on the backhand. Mazurek ends up coming up with a stop as one of the newest River Kings, Bowman, tested him at the near side post. Noah Check's trying to step up. It'll be just inside the red line. Here come the River Kings. Reese Mills in over the line. Falkine walks in with a move. He hit the post to the far side. Now left it back off. It's the River Kings with a ton of pressure here. Bowman tied up in the slot area. Andrew Crawford comes up with the puck. Crawford out of Las Vegas, Nevada, has never met a hit he hasn't liked. Loses his handle on the puck. Noah Check coming together with his man. Falkine going to take a hit there from Crawford. As Falkine goes down to his belly, we get a whistle. The puck is under Falkine, and a little shoving after the whistle as well.
Yeah, I finally got my computer back up.
There you go.
I was trying to get that game center loaded up, and I told Matt before we got started it was having technical difficulties. So
we're going to have to go boot everybody off of the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
I used to do that.
It just went black again.
I used to do that at Poppy Waterman all the time. We would go and reset the router right before the game, knock everybody off the Wi-Fi. It was a lot of fun. See everybody tapping on their phone to try to get back in. Sorry, not sorry. There's a shot Dovti on the Russian international, one of the newest additions to the Dells Ducks lineup. Came in last week and scored twice against the Steele County Blades. Austin Holmberg off of the wall, a second crack at it. It'll be held in. And the River Kings, I thought were going to get away with a hand pass there, but the backside linesman caught it. And we'll get a face-off coming up.
Yeah, the officials have had to step in a couple of times after the play here already to just separate people and we'll see if they keep an eye on that as the game goes on, if anything gets chippy or not.
So this is a game I affectionately refer to as the sibling rivalry. A lot of history between these two teams. Same founder, John Schwarz, with some other ownership groups peppered in along the way as well. But there have been some very intriguing contests between these two teams since 2014, as that'll be gloved down and held onto by Yildirim.
That was kind of a knuckleball. It almost looked like it had a little bit of an arc to it. It was coming in, fluttering a little bit, but he got it in the glove and
you always got to be you always got to be careful about those too. That hits the heel of the hand, falls down, purple jersey there. You just don't know. Off of the face-off, the Riverkings will control and pop it back out to center. Jack Kupstein is able to chip it back to the red line. The Riverkings have been very good about getting to all of the loose pucks here as they are able to chip in back over the line. Ducks out at center trying to hit Ethan Matthews. He'll body his man away. That is Ryan Hughes, number 14, going right at Matthews. Matthews did not make any friends on the Steele County Blades last weekend, as you would not expect. As here comes the goal scorer, Potter. Chip it around the defenseman, back into the zone. He'll chase it down into the corner. Taken by the Ducks. Reese Atkins with an outlet pass over to this side for Ethan Matthews. 1-on-2. Matthews trying to stick handle through the defense. Gets through. Matthews with the shot. The save made by Yildirim. That is one thing Ethan Matthews has done this season. He'll draw the tripping call as well. He's a big boy. Last year it looked like he was skating through molasses. This year looks a little bit better, and he's really picked up the hands as well.
Yeah, good pad save by Yildirim, but draw the penalty. Now the Riverkings will have to kill off that penalty, and we'll see how the defense looks. Looks like the penalty killing at home for the Riverkings is 85%, and the power plays for the Ducks is almost 11% in away games. So.
Yeah, and the Dells Ducks power play failed them a bit. The Riverkings penalty kill, you mentioned it, very, very good. So far here in this season series, they have killed off 80% of the power plays that the Ducks have had. Ducks went 2 for 5 the last time these two teams met, but 0 for 5 in the season opener on September the 30th. Face-off coming over the right-hand side of the Yildirim. 13:27 left in the first. Again, the Riverkings leading 1-0. Ducks down the power play. Off of the face-off, it'll be controlled by the Riverkings. Lucas Whitehead ended up banking that one up and out of play. So a face-off coming up back in the Riverkings zone.
Yeah, he tried backhanding that one and just lost it up over the glass.
And by the way, that was John Leppert with the trip on Matthews. Off of the face-off, Reese Atkins trying to tie things up. It'll be a shot. Domtian who can't pull that puck free, and it's cleared all the way back down by the Riverkings. The Ducks will send out 5 forwards on the power play. Now, it's something you typically see. Usually you put that defenseman back there just in case, but not the case here. Logan Potts up the right-hand side, going to take it to the circle, spins back at the bottom of the circle, run out of time there by Whitehead. He'll chip it back toward the line. Adam Brown is there, and he'll feed it right back down for a shot. Domtian.
One of the Riverkings players lost their stick on defense.
Ducks trying to pull the puck free. Good work by Kupalo. Eventually it does come free to the corner. Here's Reese Atkins. He'll feed it back to the line. Brown long wrist shot. You'll hear him right there at the top of the blue paint. He'll come up with a stop.
Yeah, it looked like Mayville was without his stick out. Not Mayville. McNeese was out there without his stick for a little bit.
They call that 5-on-3.5, right?
Yeah. Riverkings are lucky that didn't result in a goal.
A good job there by Yildirim, too, to make sure that he didn't keep that play going. Just get the whistle. Off of the face-off, here are the Ducks again. Senio wrist shot off the post. Rebound. Chance score. It is Bryce Jacobson, the Ducks captain, who puts it home on the power play. And we're tied at 1 with 12:34 left here in the first period.
Yeah, that's a tough rebound. Off the post, right back out in front, and he buried it right up over in top shelf.
Bryce Jacobson, the second-year Dells Duck captain, third year with the program, creeping up the charts toward the top 15 in their all-time scoring. So here we are now, square at 1. The Riverkings, boy, kind of a tough fate, really, when you look at it. Suddenly it is 5-4 shots on goal, but the Riverkings dominating most of the first 7 minutes and change.
Well, that's what drawing that penalty, that's what it'll do to you. You've got to be able to kill those off.
Kai Newmeyer, number 17 for the Ducks, chipping into the offensive zone. Lucas Epperson putting pressure on Kyle Kupalo as the Ducks try to keep the play alive. Here's Mikel Kobo with a pass over. Epperson shot that one over the top of the net, trying to go near side post. It was a very tough angle, and he put it up into the net.
That was good patience by the Ducks. A lot of times you'll see somebody in the top of the slot like that. They'll just want to just take that shot right at the top, and he gets it off to the side, get a little bit of an angle on it. Kind of a smart play. And
the Ducks would joke that was on the stick of Mikel Kobo, who does not shoot. There's Kai Newmeyer with a shot off of the face-off, and it'll be stopped by Yildirim. And Kobo's not afraid to admit that either.
It's good to know yourself.
Sometimes you just have to shoot the puck. Face-off coming up over to the right-hand side. Newmeyer again over the face-off. This time it's Leopard who's in front of it. Comes up with the block. Carried by Bowman back out to center. They're trying to hit Newmeyer out at neutral ice. It'll be Mills tracking back into a zone, then trying to wind up a pass over to the far side, and it's Falkite up the far side wall. Falkite got taken down. Riverkings looking for a penalty. Had a pretty good case for one, but they won't get it in a 3-on-2 back the other way. Here's Kobo looking to turn around the defenseman. Kupalo on the intercept. Now the Riverkings are going to have some numbers, but there's a man back in the zone. Falkite engaged Senio Hurtado. Kupalo carries in, looking to turn the corner with a shot. Score!
Oh, that was a beautiful shot. Low blocker side.
Kyle Kupalo, the defenseman, all the way from his own zone, turned the corner on Jackson Jones, lifted it up over the blocker, over the pad under the blocker on Mazurek. And it is 2-1. The Riverkings get that one right back.
Yeah, that was a good answer by the Riverkings there. They keep things real easy after you give up that power play goal to kind of get back on your heels a little bit. Like you said, the Ducks have been taking it to them, and just like that, able to answer, get the lead back.
So that'll be Kupalo's 4th of the season. By the way, the goal from Jacobson a little earlier on is 7th of the campaign. There's Reese Atkins back into his own zone. Kupalo, the most recent goal scorer. He'll drop that one back. It's an unassisted tally for Kupalo. Dominic out at center. Bryce Jacobson trying to spin it back. Big hit there by Andrew Crawford, no surprise. And here come the Ducks back into the offensive zone. Kupalo got to it first, so they picked up by Leppert. He'll try to set the table back behind. Pretty eventful first 9 minutes here. Riverkings leading 2-1 over the Ducks. Deflected into the zone, up and into the netting and out of play with 10:59 now remaining in the period. Again, welcome you. Sorry, go ahead.
No, they're Riverkings were trying to get in a quick line change there, and the officials stopped them because that puck went out of play off of Riverkings' stick, so they're not able to make a line change.
Well, you can try, though.
Well, yeah, you can try.
See, they can sneak one in. Face-off coming up on the left-hand side of Yildirim. It is won by Reese Atkins, poked back between the dots, but picked up by the Riverkings. Kupalo has been out there for a while, sends it to length, no icing. It'll be picked up by Atkins. Atkins went crashing into the boards, almost face first, as he and Jackson Armstrong met behind the Ducks net. Puck still tied up there. Eventually the Riverkings try a centering pass, and it'll go all the way back out to neutral.
Nobody home for that pass. That was nobody even at the point for that one.
Here's Adam Brown applying pressure on the forecheck, forcing the turnover. Gives off to Ethan Matthews, one of the center for Noah Check, one of the newer Dells Ducks. Check scoring a goal last weekend against the Steele County Blades, as this one will be banked all the way back down into Ducks territory, and it will go for an icing with 10:17 left in the period. Face-off coming up down in Maury Yildirim's area. Always fun to come back here to the Southwood County Rec Center. I got to say, this is one of the best views in the league. You go a lot of places, they sit you up in the stands as that shot is taken and it gets blocked on the way. We're on the opposite side of the ice. We're over the benches. You might hear a little color from time to time. We'll try to be careful of that. So Ryan Hammer steps in and Yildirim makes the face-off. Makes the save off of the face-off. Here's Leppert trying to go right through the defense. Kupstein denies the blue line. Ducks are headed back the other way. Turned over just inside the line, and now here's Sebastian Potter out at center. Intercepted by Kupstein. Left off for Kobo. Shot taken, and he hit the post as he was trying to go to the blocker side on Yildirim. Back out at center. Tricarico's behind the defense, and he's in alone. Tricarico is denied as Mazurek makes the blocker stop. Looking for his second point. Swung back. They had Hill wide open on the near side post, but it was knocked away by the Ducks. Fired in by Ryan Hammer. Yildirim almost lost the handle on the puck. Eventually swung back around by Dubel. Up the wall. Chipped out to center as Hill trying to muscle the puck away from Lucas Epperson. It's Potter now. He wants to turn the corner. Potter back in front. Backhander save made by Mazurek. Rebound chance, and that one got blocked on the way. Alex Grove putting some pressure on. Alternate captain for the Dells Ducks. He's going to find Epperson and a chance for a 2-on-1. Long reach there by Dubner. Breaks things up. Good play there by James Dubel, defenseman number 3. We get a whistle and a penalty coming up here.
Looks like a cross check.
I didn't catch who that was too. Looks like it might have been Lucas Epperson. Indeed it was. So the Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings is going to go on the power play here, Mark, with 8:58 left in the first period. They lead 2-1.
Yeah, and well, their 2 goals have been, let's see if they can come up with an answer for the power play they gave up to the Dells. Get a 2-goal lead really early, but it starts to put a lot of pressure on them if you can get 3 goals in the first period.
First chance on the man advantage of the contest. 1 for 7 so far in the season series for the Riverkings against the Ducks. Turnover forced just inside the line, and here's Bryce Jacobson carrying back out to center on the penalty kill. Jacobson, who has the Ducks goal, chips around the defender. Kapilo Yildirim will just help the puck back around onto the stick of Falkide. Falkide, who had 2 goals during the 4-game set and 5 total points in the Florida Showcase. Adam Brown roughing up his man, trying to force the turnover. He's all over Kapilo. Kapilo looking for a little bit of puck support. He's got the go-ahead marker so far. Going to pass off for Potter. Hit it over the line on the right-hand side. Potter roughed up there by Logan Potts. Potts and Potter, don't get them confused. And here's Hill back to Falkide. Swings it over to the far side, top of the circle. LaJoy gives off, just held in by Kapilo. Back to the top of the circle. Pardon me, that's Bowman Hill from the bumper. Tries a shot, and it's Mazurek out at the top of the blue paint to hang on.
Yeah, Bowman getting some of his first ice time out there for the Riverkings. That's what I was saying, trying to put these pieces together, and some of these guys that haven't really played in much game action together. Interesting to see them out there on the power play, but Riverkings only a couple of shots on goal with them just about a minute left, so we'll see if they can come up with anything in this last 59 seconds.
Yeah, certainly not a bad setup. By the way, the Riverkings on the season, 13.2% on the power play. Here's Tricarico manning the point on the near side, tosses it to the circle, gives up top, Leppert over to the far side, right back to the bumper, swung in there by LaJoy on the backhand, and he just missed. Tricarico picks up the puck. He'll take it back from Peel. Peel going to get it right back in the bottom of the circle from Tricarico. Returns to Tricarico, fires the shot, blocked by the Ducks. Over to the far side, held on to by LaJoy. Back at the point. LaJoy will get it again at the top of the circle. Surveys, 23 seconds left on the power play. Dish back down low. Tricarico all the way back down. That'll be picked up by Reese Mills now. Mills steps out of the wall. Fed it down low. Going to get it right back. Mills up to Leppert at the point. Leppert shot blocked by Grove, and at the side of the net, just pumped wide. Picked back up by Tricarico. Centering pass intercepted and cleared by Grove. Went off of the high stick of Leppert. So on the touch here, we're going to whistle and a face-off coming up. Ducks have killed off the power play.
Yeah, just a little bit of a disconnect there on the power play for the Riverkings. They had the puck in the zone for a good chunk of that 2 minutes, but couldn't get much for. The Dells did a good job deflecting passes going across the center, across the slot. So.
Yeah, the Riverkings definitely not afraid to test those cross-ice passes, and you never know, one of those slips through and a wide open net to look at. Here the Riverkings off of the face-off, up the left-hand side. They will bring it back out to center. Carrying all the way through, this is Tricarico again. Trying to pass off for LaJoy. Rips the puck away from Senio. Tricarico one-handed it out front. Intercepted by Jackson Jones for the Ducks. Trying to carry over to the far side where it's taken by Adam Brown. He'll step off of the wall, gives over to Senio in his own zone. Senio, outlet pass out of the stick of Ethan Matthews after the carom from Reese Atkins. Eventually off of the glass and back into Ducks territory. Senio had Owen Atkins in his back pocket. Ducks back in control. Give it over to this side for Reese Atkins. He'll dish this one off over for Adam Brown in the corner. Brown's attempted centering pass, banks off of a skate. Back out to center by the Riverkings. Exchanged a couple of times there by the two teams. Eventually carried to the line and taken in by LaJoy, but offside, and a whistle with 6:02 left in the period.
Yeah, Atkins just did a pirouette and just couldn't get back onside. So just a little bit of a timing issue, but
you see that from time to time. The two teams just trying to chase the puck down out at center. Ryan Hammer got tied up as he was trying to carry the puck in, and now here's Mikkel Kobo sending into the offensive zone. River Kings back in control. Ryan Hughes looking to spin back. Again, one of the newer Wisconsin Rapids River Kings. Outlet pass ahead into the skates there of Owen Atkins. Lost the handle on it. Ryan Hammer chasing into the offensive zone. Chipped off of the wall, and Cooper will play it back ahead. Penalty coming up. Dominique back for Cooper. His shot blocked. Backhanded attempt into the skates of Domtion, and it ends up getting touched up. And power play number 2 coming for the River Kings.
It's tripping. Looks number 10.
Former River King.
Former River King, Andruskevich.
I'm going to let you say that because I've been saying it wrong all year.
Well, he was up here with me the first couple of times. He was doing a little bit of color commentary for us because he had a bad wheel, and he corrected me.
That's good. That's always helpful when they do that, because otherwise Grandma will. There's Falkine with a shot. Grandma's always the one calling in and texting and letting you know. Here's Falkine, stepping into the top of the circle, going to feed it back to the line. Swung back over toward the far side. Now back to this side. Falkine with a shot, just enough time for Mazurek to come back and make the save.
Yeah, just a little bit of a bobble on the stick. If he'd have been able to one-time that, he had the opening, but
back to your point on that last power play, Mark. River Kings moving it through the box, left to right. This time, seems to be a little bit of space there to get those passes through. Potter off of the face-off, will return to the line. It's Capello now working the point on the near side. Gives back to Falkine to the bumper hill. Fanned on the shot and sent back out to center by the Ducks. Capello has the go-ahead tally. Hanging on to the puck back into his own zone. 1:25 left on the power play. Swung over to this side for Bowman. He'll step in. His shot off of Holmberg. Holmberg will chase the puck back and clear all the way back down into River King territory. Austin Holmberg, formerly of Amory High School, before coming into the Ducks this season. Here's Falkine in over the line. Watched by Holmberg. Falkine still with the puck. The Norwegian feeds it back to the point in Capello. Capello dished off to Bowman. He'll get harassed. Picked back up by Falkine. Capello, far side point. Wrist shot, looking in front for a rebound. It's still there. Bounced around a couple of times. Mazurek made a save on it. Good idea there just to feed that puck to the net mouth. Capello again. Another shot. Score through traffic. Capello's got his second of the period. It's a 3-1 lead on the power play goal from Capello.
Yeah, I don't think Mazurek saw that one at all. He didn't really react on it.
So Kyle Capello with his second of the period. This one goes on the power play. It'll be Capello's 5th of the season and its first power play goal.
Yeah, Mazurek, so he's shaking his head. I don't think he saw that one at all. That's tough business when you can't see the puck.
Yeah, there was a lot of traffic in front. Purple jerseys, white jerseys, and then suddenly that puck came through. As now the Ducks trailing by 2 will enter the offensive zone. Jackson Armstrong chipping it down low, looking for Ethan Matthews. Spun back around toward the point area. River Kings are back out to center. Boy, they have found that offense that we said they might be looking for here in this first period. Here's Adam Brown. Trying the shot deflected off of a skate. Hill and Potter on the assist. That'll be second points of the game for them as well. Noah check on the intercept at his own blue line. Turn it right over to LaJoy. LaJoy picks up the puck, swings it back down low. Riverkings back in possession. This is Peel trying to work back up the near side wall. Hit apply there to number 23 for the Riverkings.
Russell.
Now one of our British players. Leppert, shot through traffic. I'll say this much, the Riverkings have the right idea right now, just feeding those pucks toward the net mouth, trying to get some bounces, some bodies in front, and it's paid off. LaJoy back behind, passes out front for Russell, intercepted by the Ducks. Matthews at the end of the shift will just flutter this one back into Riverkings territory, won't have enough for icing.
Yeah, that was good touch on that.
Ducks trying to force the turnover in the zone. It'll be tapped back in by the Riverkings. Down to 2:50 left here in this first period. Riverkings leading 3-1 over the Ducks. Chip back up the wall. Hammer applies the hit. Trying to poke that one back toward the line. Intercepted by Cooper. Sent back down low. Jackson Armstrong taking a look for his options. Will carry into the corner. Trying to spin away from the check of Ethan Dominy. Now more help coming from Bryce Cooper. Turnover force. There's a shot taken. Missouri got to make the save. Ducks in some danger. Able to finally carry it back out to center. And here comes Ryan Hammer. Hammer trying to go around Leppert. Spins back at the bottom of the circle. Spins back again. Somehow shakes free. Hammer now back over to the near side. He'll feed Kupstein at the top of the circle. Kupstein hangs on to it. Lost the handle on the puck. Got it in the snow along the wall. Dominy able to check him. Puck comes back out to center. Holmberg with a pass ahead for Cobo. Able to deflect that into the offensive zone. Hammer giving chase. Couple of chips back for John Leppert. Back through the skates of Kupalo. Puck will come back out to center. Kupstein there. He's going to take a big hit from Kupalo. But eventually carried ahead. Now here's Cobo, and he's got some help coming. Cobo with a shot save made, and Yildirim will hang on. And Ryan Hammer over to the far side. Pass might have been difficult. Yildirim, good job, read that one well.
Yeah, he did, because he was looking like he was set up to make that pass, and he was looking almost a no-look shot on goal, and Yildirim stayed right with it.
Mikel Ferrin-Cobo from Mexico City trying to sneak that one into the blocker side. Puck bounce around on the face-off. It'll be out to center. Here's Kupstein again. Just had to hurry it right back into the Riverkings zone as there were plenty of white jerseys surging into neutral. Ducks will force the turnover. Logan Potts dropped it back right onto the stick of Sebastian Potter, though. He'll send one out to center on the touch. Ooh, that might have been a hand pass the Ducks got away with, but the Riverkings are in possession. Dubel spinning back. Andrew Crawford right in his back pocket. Played back ahead by the Riverkings out to center. It'll be a foot race for this loose puck. Senio to it first. And an icing charge to the Riverkings.
Yeah, the Riverkings were trying to get a touch at center ice on it, and they were just a little bit too much on this side of the red line. They couldn't quite make that work.
Minute 12 left here in the first period. Again, 3-1. Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings leading. Watching Riverkings hockey here on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media, Hockey TV, Civic Media, and listening in on 105.5 WIRR. Side of the circle by the Ducks. And now swung back over toward this side where it's taken by Dubner. Long outlet pass through the skates of Tricarico. Did get a deflection, though, so no icing as he and Senio meet back in the Ducks zone. Dropped by Tricarico. Potts will just help it back out to neutral. Riverkings are there, though, as Dubel has it at his own blue line, sends back for Ewan Hill. Hill, nice pass, finds Tricarico, a chance for a 2-on-1. Tricarico dropped it back for Potter, harassed by Kupstein, and the save is made by Mazurek as he was already down in the Snow Angel, and the puck went right under his caboose. 41.9 left here in the period.
Yeah, you're not going to get anything through 5-hole when you're sitting on the ground.
Absolutely, except when I played for floor hockey and I was a goaltender, everything went through. It was terrible. But I had fun. That's what counts, right?
That is what counts.
All right.
The only hockey I played was like pond hockey when I was a kid, and it was no pads, no helmets, no nothing. Real pucks, real sticks.
There you
and
go.
Lots of bruises.
I'm going to tell you that. Yeah, that little plastic puck, although it shouldn't have hurt, it hurt. Which is maybe why I was such a terrible goaltender. Here's Reese Mills on the take, back behind, going to try a centering pass. Mills has it again, lost the handle. Kai Newmeyer flipped it to the line, but not out. Held in there nicely by number 5, Braden Medved. Riverkings going back to work here. 10 seconds left in the period. Ducks will chip to the wall. Alex Grove cannot clear. Fulkide hanging on. Maybe one final shot coming up here. Lucas Epperson chips back out to center. And that will do it for the first period here from the Southwood County Rec Center. 3-1 the lead for the Riverkings. Welcome back, everyone. Just about set to begin the second period of play here from the Southwood County Rec Center. The Dells Ducks visiting the Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings. The Riverkings leading 3-1 here after the first 20 minutes. Matt Pannier, Mark Lochner joining you here on Hockey TV and various other media outlets, including WIRI. Thanks for listening in. And Mark, that was a very good first period for the Riverkings, taking the 3-1 lead. Got the power play goal. Big job by Kyle Cuppolo as we swap sides and get underway here in the second period.
Yeah, getting 2 goals, 1 assisted for Cuppolo. That is a big load when the Riverkings have had the challenge scoring goals like you mentioned earlier.
Ducks ice the puck to begin the period. 10 seconds in. We'll swap sides. Ducks now moving from left to right. Riverkings from right to left here in period number 2.
Yeah, it's the long change period too, where your defensive end is a long way from your bench. So
yep, always got to be very, very careful. Off of the face-off, it'll be Mazurek who brushes that one aside. Back over to the far side, Andrew Crawford just inside the line. Will pass it back out to center. Logan Potts on the take, gives off for Jack Kupstein. Kupstein takes the shot. That one was softened on the way by John Leppert. Picked back up by a back-checking Falkeye. And now it's Leppert trying to carry through his own zone. Outlet pass misses everybody. Going to go all the way down. Will it be icing? Yes, indeed. So now the Ducks will get an offensive zone face-off.
Give a little shout out here. I don't know if he's listening, but Cam Gardner is on Riverkings. He's injured. It's his birthday today.
Birthday, boy, I know.
Friday the 13th of all things.
Oh, man. Injured Friday the 13th birthday. Man, that just sounds like a story coming up somewhere. It's not his 21st, is it?
No.
Okay,
no, it's not.
Good. All right. Because that one would be a story time forever and ever. Face-off going to be coming up the left-hand side of Yildirim. It'll be Jacobson to take it for the Ducks. Always likes to draw it right back over his shoulder where Logan Potts was setting up a good job there by Falkeye to tie things up. Puck is loose though and chopped just wide there by Potts.
Yeah, Yildirim was sliding to his stick side and he put the puck back on his glove side right on the ice and just slid wide.
Andrew Crawford applying a bump as a couple of players tie up back behind he and Bowman. Here's Jackson Jones all alone, and that one will get shot wide. Yildirim might have got a piece. Crawford and Bowman still tied up, and finally the ref blows the whistle as Crawford's on top of Bowman. And this is not something that we're unused to seeing with Andrew Crawford. He is a feisty fellow, the youngster out of Las Vegas. Crawford just 17 years of age, and he is not afraid of the physicality.
I'm not sure I didn't see the play that was going on, but Crawford had a hold of the Riverkings player. Are they both going? Yeah, they're match them up.
Yeah, those players had tied up back behind the play, and kind of a tough break there for the Ducks as they had some offensive zone time, but the penalty comes to Crawford, who, as I mentioned, is not at all shy about getting into the physical stuff. Andrew Crawford on the season, 11 games, 71 penalty minutes. Make it 73 now. That's quite a few penalty minutes to have in 11 games, isn't it?
Yeah,
71.
71. That's working hard.
That is. That's how you get yourself on the score sheet. Face-off coming over the left-hand side of the Yildirim. We will skate 4-on-4. As it'll be chipped back out to center by the Riverkings. Adam Brown out at neutral, looking for an option as he is run out of time by Reese Mills. Has to flip back over for Cobo. He's going to take a big hit from Mills. Mills going shoulder to shoulder. Now here's Falkeye out at center. Dishes it off for Cuppolo. Tries the shot that got blocked. Picked back up by the Ducks. Maybe a chance to go back the other way. Brown had to hold on to it though as he passes ahead for Cobo. And eventually back into the Riverkings zone.
Yeah, that looked a little better for the Ducks in center ice.
Save made off of the shot from Noah Check. He'll wait again at the point, have another opportunity. Another shot, that one off of the skate of Cuppolo. That one hurt. Cuppolo kind of a little little gimp there, if you will, as we're now going to get a penalty. And I believe it's going to be the Ducks back behind the plate. It might have been Kobo on a roughing call. So we're going to go 4-on-3 now.
Yep, 2 minutes for roughing, and he's not happy about it.
And we're seeing a little bit of the physicality pick up here between these two teams, and we're only a minute 54 into the second period, so hang on to your hats.
Yeah, they were stepping in between things in the first period, and I was wondering if it was going to get a little chippy, and it seems like the second period is starting out that way.
By the way, some of the other games around the USPHL Premier Midwest West happening tonight. The Hudson having a 1-0 lead over the Moose, 2-0 the Outlaws leading the Blue Hawks, and the Minnesota Squatch a 2-1 lead on the Minnesota Mullets. One of the more interestingly named venues, Furniture and Things Community Event Center out there in Elk River. There's Capello, 4-on-3, shot, score! Over to the far side.
Falkide.
It was Falkide, wide open through the 5-hole on Mazurek. It only took 6 seconds on the power play, and it's a 4-1 River King lead.
Well, that puts Kobo back on the bench that fast.
Second power play goal for the River Kings, and the Ducks see that hole get a little bit deeper now. As Falkide last week's USPHL Premier Midwest West Player of the Week will have his 12th of the season. And we'll go back to 4-on-4. Just another face-off win for the River Kings, setting that up. Perfect opportunity over at that far side circle, and Falkide made the most of it. Picked up by Potter in the offensive zone. The River Kings are going to go right back to work. Ducks unable to find the exit. Outlet pass locates Kupstein. He'll swing it over to the far side, and it's Ashton. A shot dumped on it over the line. Chipped away from him by Dubner. Matthews going to put a big hit there. Turned over, and then right at the side of the net. The Ducks were there, but it's chipped out of play. Looked like Yildirim got the stick down to disrupt things.
Yeah, Capello got his third point of the night. He got an assist on that last goal too, so he's having a hot night.
Paul Peckman got to be happy getting some production back from that blue line. Some points being put up there. As we said, River Kings were having their issues offensively, but floodgates starting to open up here today. Chip free at the side of the net. Matthews trying to chop it back out front. Brown settles it down. Save made by Yildirim. Second chance. That one stopped too. Yildirim
without his stick.
Yeah, about 5 feet outside of the crease as well. Now Tricarico catches up to it down to the offensive zone. Hit the post on the near side. Well, we've been ringing the iron here a couple of times today as well. Whitehead back.
Christmas is over. The bells aren't supposed to be ringing like that.
Reese Atkins is back behind the play. Atkins fell down as he tripped over the red line, then over the blue. Trouble for Reese Atkins. Well, that's a tough break there for the Ducks. Here's Hughes. Trying to get away from Logan Potts, who disrupted him enough. It'll be played back up the wall. Takes a friendly bounce off of one of the Ducks and back out to center. Noah Check trying to fire it in, went off of Logan Potts. He was on the wrong side of the blue line, so delayed offside. Gives a chance for Medved on the outlet, intercepted by Brown out at center. He'll flip over for Reese Atkins and over the line on the left-hand side. Cut off by Hughes. Atkins will carry the puck into the corner. Trying to set back up. River Kings are there. Big hit applied there on Adam Brown as the puck comes to the side of the net, covered by Yildirim. Took a whack from Reese Atkins. River Kings didn't like that, and they'll let Reese know about it.
That puck looked like it surprised Yildirim a little bit because he was watching it, and all of a sudden he looked down, and it was right in front of him. But he put the glove on it and took care of business with it.
Yeah, kind of a surprise pop out there from the corner, and heads up play by Yildirim to see that puck coming free. As the Ducks are having a bit of a huddle here before the face-off. Jacobson taking the draw against LaJoy, who wins it clean for the River Kings. Capello, long outlet pass, intercepted there by Noah Check. Banked it off of Potts. Big crash in, and who else? It's Andrew Crawford. Here's Noah Check in his own zone. Off of the wall, will connect with Logan Potts, carrying in. Potts has Jacobson breaking to the net mount. Pass got intercepted. Ryan Hammer now out onto the ice. Here's LaJoy. Poked away from him. Hammer trying to keep the play alive, feeds Potts. Potts shot over the base of the net, up by Capello, chipped over to the far side corner. Here's Hammer cutting things off again, trying to step off the wall, lost the puck, picked back up by the Riverkings, a chance to go 2-on-2 out at center, and now LaJoy, it's a foot race. He'll get around to Jersowitz with a shot save made, and then the rebound cleared back behind the net. Another penalty coming up to the Ducks. Going to be played back to the line, a whistle here. I believe because the River King was down on the ice, that's why the whistle came.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's going to be boarding or just a cross check.
I think it's the former River King, Lucas Andrushevich.
And they're going to talk it over. That's what I was wondering, if this is going to be 5 minutes or just 2.
Pretty critical juncture either way. 15:21 left here in the second period. A 4-1 lead for the Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings over the Dells Ducks.
Yeah, I was just going to say before that, I was like, the Ducks, they have to, if they're going to get back in this game, they've got to play clean and keep their heads on. Things were getting a little chippy, and they can't afford to take any more penalties.
And boy, look out, because we've actually got some players jawing here.
Yeah, the refs
are all here at the table.
They've got their backs turned. They have no idea what's going on out there.
Yeah, Alex Grove for the Ducks, and I believe Sebastian Potter. They might have been pushing and shoving a little bit. By the way, Potter, 19-year-old out of Gibraltar, Michigan, 5'11", 150, scored the opening goal in this contest.
They went 5.
Oh, wow.
5 minutes.
Head contact. Okay, so obviously the refs seeing a bit more in that hit. And that's going to be a big kill coming up here for the Ducks, because it's an all-you-can-eat buffet on these particular power plays. 5 minutes, score at will.
Yeah, as opposed to a regular 2-minute where you score and the penalty's over. And this one, with the face-off coming up here to the stick side of Missouri, if the River Kings can win this and get something quick, it starts to put a lot of doubt in your head.
Ducks will win the face-off. This is obviously a big juncture in this contest. They'll need a kill, and the River Kings would like to put it away early. Swung over to the far side. It'll be Falkine given on for Capello. Dishes to the circle. Swung back over to the near side. Now Capello has it to get at the point. Watched by Grove. Shot through traffic. Went over the backside of Hill. Picked up by the Ducks. Lucas Epperson from Kearney, Nebraska, sends it in off of Grove, and the Ducks will get a clear.
And a change. Get some fresh legs out there.
And very important, like you said earlier at the outset of this period, on the penalty kill in this second period with that long change. Here's Capello, left-handed shot, working the point on the far side, leaves off for Falkine. He'll stop up just inside the line, returns to Capello. Falkine again, top of the circle, back to Capello manning the point. Falkine setting up the 1-3-1. It'll be deflected back into the corner now. Potts back to Falkine, top of the circle. Capello, Falkine once again. Right from where he scored that last goal. The Ducks get the clear, not out though. Bowman steaming down the near side. Wall Cupstein trying to rip the puck away. Had a little help there from Adam Brown, who clears all the way back down into River King territory. 3:45 left on the major to Andrushevich. Here's Capello taking it for a skate. Been out there for the entirety of the power play so far. Stops up at the bottom of the circle on the near side. Spins away from Austin Holmberg. Now totes over to the far side. Tried the centering pass. It was blocked on the way. Capello will get it back. He'll walk the point, give off to Reese Mills. Stepping in, thought about the shot. Got run out of time. Mills spun back at the circle on the near side. Now surveys his options. Feeds back to John Leppert. Point on the near side. Leppert walking down the wall. He'll exchange with Mills. Gave it back down low. Picked back up by the River Kings. And carried over to this side, given to Tricarico. Mills, one-timer, save made. And now over to Leppert on the rebound. Near side corner, give back to LaJoy. Back into the corner once again. Tricarico getting ready to charge to the net mouth. They couldn't feed him though. Spun off the wall by Mills. Working the circle on the near side. 2:53 left on the power play. Here's Leppert. Shot. Made it through. Blocker save made by Missouri. Peel working down low, going to go over to his left-hand side. That's the far side wall for Tricarico. Able to hold it in. Leppert thought about the shot, gave it off. Mills will step in. Backhanded pass goes all the way through. And back to the point for Tricarico. 2:33 left on the power play. Tricarico gets it back from Mills. Top of the circle, far side. Glove save made and held on to by Mazurek.
Yeah, LaJoie's trying to run interference in front of the net, but they haven't been able to get a clean shot. The Ducks are doing a good job out on the perimeter, just enough to interrupt and disrupt things.
Yeah, and if you're the Ducks, you'll take that, but you'd also like to not have that puck down in the zone so much. A lot of control for the Riverkings so far on this power play. 2:25 still remains on it. Capello back out on the ice. He'll get it back from Falkine. Walk the line, give over to this side for Bowman. Top of the circle on the near side, returns to Capello. He'll give back to Falkine, swings it through the box over to this side, off of the boards. Picked back up by Bowman. He'll find Falkine stepping in, and the save is made by Mazurek as he jumps out to the top of the blue paint.
Well, Falkine's kind of looking at himself. He's thinking he should have had a goal there. I'm not sure. It's hard to tell from here what he saw, but he's thinking he wishes he had that one back.
A real bad idea. Wind up that shot, see what happens. Trying to spit back a rebound. Mazurek was not allowing that to happen, though. Swung over to this side. Bowman walks in. He'll fire it. Save is made by Mazurek. They chop away, and eventually Mazurek covers. And then we get a little bit of shoving on Kupstein from Hill.
Yeah, the Riverkings got to keep their... I think they just took a penalty. I was just going to say the Riverkings have to keep their heads on and not get into the chipping.
I think the big thing is Hill might have been going for the shoulder and got the helmet instead on the pushing and shoving. So he'll go to the box. There are 2 minutes and 2 seconds left on the 5-minute major to Andrew Shevitz. And we'll see if it's a head contact call again, or if we're just going to see a 2-minute roughing call.
Well, they're not having the big powwow with all three officials, so
I think Bryce Jacobson is trying to argue that, hey, that went up high. It is a 2-minute penalty up there for Hill, so we'll skate 4-on-4, and the Riverkings will still have 2 seconds of power play time remaining after that, barring any further penalties. Always got to say that, Mark, just in case. Cover your bases.
It only takes a second to score a goal.
Just in case there's more power play time coming up. By the way, I want to say hello to John Schwartz. Of course, we mentioned John a little earlier on the broadcast, the founder of the Dells Ducks and one of the owning partners of this Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings team, along with Paul Peckman. I personally want to thank John because I got to do the trilogy of Schwartz teams. Of course, started with the Ducks, came here to the Riverkings for a couple of seasons, moved to Lake Geneva, did the Chicago Cougars, who are not anywhere near Chicago, by the way. Wow, they did change that to a 5-minute major and a game misconduct to Hill. Boy, I'll tell you what, if you are in need of some good attorneys, you might just want to go talk to Bryce Jacobson and see if he's getting ready to practice law. Because he lobbied, and that 2-minute penalty changed to a 5.
Yeah, and the game misconduct. You wonder what that, like you said, you wonder what that lobby was. But normally you said the officials are right, and they usually don't change their mind. But
yeah, Bryce Jacobson pulling the old Jedi mind trick, I guess.
Now the Riverkings have their kill.
So be all the way down, and Kupstein, even though he fell down, is able to draw the icing. So 4-on-4 here for the next minute 55. 12:16 left in the second period. It's a 4-1 River King lead.
I wonder if that was just a little bit of a mental lapse there to ice that puck like that, thinking the penalty was just called.
Yeah, hard to say. Sometimes you forget that, but yeah, indeed, it is 4-on-4 here as the Ducks will have the face-off in the offensive zone now, and Adam Brown tries to spin out of danger. Brown with a pass through, got intercepted by Falkine. He's just able to chop it past Ethan Matthews on the backhand, rug it over to the corner. Brown comes crashing in on the forward check. It'll be Bowen, had it chopped away there by Kupstein, able to keep the play alive. Ducks trying to force the turnover, but it's on the River King stick. And here's Leppert just outside of the zone. Fluttered it back to Kupalo in his own end. Kupalo ready to take it for a skate. Passes back out to center. Intercepted by Ethan Matthews. He's over the line with Kobo. Kobo, pass back from Matthews. Just deflected wide, and Bowen will pick it up, and he'll find Falkite all alone out at center. Here comes Tobias Falkite in with a shot, and he whistled it wide, trying to go to the blocker side on Mazurek.
That hits, Mazurek got a piece of that, I think, out front.
Oh, he did as he stepped out. Now there's a shot at the side of the net. Mazurek will cover. He'll try to hang on. A couple of chops at it. Eventually, Chris Mazurek comes out of the pile with a puck.
Yeah, the puck was still loose. It was just kind of sitting there, so...
Well, Mazurek, an interesting story for the Dells Ducks. You talk about these players, and usually when we talk about where they came from, it's another junior team or maybe a youth program or high school. Mazurek coming from ACHA Division III Bradley University, and that's typically a landing spot for some of these players when they're done. Still had some eligibility left. He's only 19, so he's actually got 2 years of eligibility left. Maybe trying to find somewhere else to play once he's all done. Maybe looking to go NCAA or ACHA D1.
Well, good luck to him. That's all these guys are dreaming, looking for a place to land.
And of course, a lot of these players looking to get to the NCDC or the NAHL as well. As here is Bryce Jacobson giving it back to Potts, trying to step in. Might have waited too long. Yildirim able to set up.
I don't know that Yildirim saw that.
He made a nice save, though, through traffic. And here is Bryce Jacobson. He'll try to deflect that one in front off of Holmberg. So now it's both defensemen down over the Ducks. Jacobson at the side of the net. Yildirim could not hang on, but Whitehead cuts things off at the side as the Riverkings will pick it back up. And here's Dominic racing through center, trying to go one-on-one with Senio. Will play him into the boards. And the Ducks are back in possession in their own end. 11 seconds left of 4-on-4 hockey. Then the Ducks will have about 3 minutes of power play time on the Hill Major. Backhanded in by Potts. Dubel to it first. Long outlet pass ahead. Here's Dominic, and he's got LaJoy with. Dominic stepping in with a shot, and the save made by Mazurek. A big save as he steps out once again. Power play now on for the Ducks.
And the Ducks have that opportunity, that all-you-can-eat buffet like you were talking about, where they can score as many goals as they want in 3 minutes.
Pass was behind Kobo, no icing, no Kupalo to it first, rung it back around, and this one will go all the way back into Ducks territory. Peel will try to beat Matthews to the loose puck. Matthews just uses the positioning, chips away from Peel. The shot, Domtion back in possession, gives off. Adam Brown stepping up, trying to survey, ends up carrying the puck through neutral, picks it back up. Brown still carrying on, gives off to Domtion. Returns it Brown to the point. He'll swing it over to the far side for Matthews. Had to take it off of his skate, turned it over to Leppert. He'll try to clear, able to get it back out. Now a chance for a 2-on-1 for the Riverkings, shorthanded. It's Peel in possession. Peel tries to shot off of the shoulder of Mazurek. Big save there. Matthews comes crashing in, forces that puck free. Now Como racing up the far side. We get a whistle as Matthews' helmet comes off. And that is an automatic whistle anytime it happens.
Yeah, player protection. It's not the old school where they could, NHL, you see some of those guys. There's a reason the hockey players like jokers are missing teeth and things like that. And used to be able to play without helmets, without face masks.
Yeah, it's crazy. Now even in the NHL, the player has to go right to the bench when the helmet comes off. It used to be, he's got his helmet off, he's still out there playing. Or if you're Craig McTavish, you had no helmet, ever. And then we go back to the old goaltending days, those guys didn't have helmets. But then again, the sticks weren't quite the same back in those days. It wasn't quite as easy to shoot one up in the face of the goaltender as it is now.
Oh yeah, all the technology.
Here's Alex Groves setting up. Second-year Dells Duck, alternate captain. Will swing it back to Gage Senio. Senio wrist shot through traffic. Somehow Yildirim saw that and steered it up over the net.
Yeah, you talk about the technology, though. It doesn't matter if the puck's moving 20 miles an hour or 100 miles an hour. It still hurts.
Yeah, definitely. It's just the degree to which it hurts and how much injury it does to your face and how good your dental insurance is. Face off over to the left-hand side of the tender. There's a shot from Grove. Glove save made. Yildirim trying to keep it alive. And he'll play the puck up and out. And the Ducks are trying to argue a delay of game penalty. That's what Grove is pointing at. We'll say it took a deflection, though, so face-off coming up. Wasn't expecting Yildirim to do that, but he wanted to keep things going.
Yeah, he must have, if he saw something, I don't know.
Off of the face-off, it's back behind the Riverkings net. Kyle Kupalo there to tie things up. Eventually comes free for Bryce Jacobson. He'll give it to Senio. Senio retreating back to the point, ends up turning the puck over, and it's clear back out by the Riverkings. Down a minute, 7 left on the major penalty to Hill. Ducks haven't had anything to talk about here on the power play. A couple of shots through traffic, but no more scoring. Still trailing 4-1. Leopard out at center. Another chance here for the Riverkings. They'll chip it into the offensive zone. Senio to the puck first. And the Riverkings will set up on the penalty kill again. Pass back over to this side. Misconnects with Jacobson. It will not be an icing. Kupalo catching up to it first. Chips back to the top of the circle where it's picked up by Ryan Hammer. Trying to spin out of the grasp of John Leopard. And now here's Grove working the point. Grove lost the handle on the puck. Lost it out at center now. Ducks will have to tag up. Grove able to hang back out. When his mates tag up, they'll come back in on side. Grove looking for a little bit of help. Locates Potts. Hurried it back down low for Hammer. Wasn't expecting the pass. Twisted him around. Ducks will chop it free again at the wall. Kupalo trying to pull it away. Kupalo eventually comes up with it, but Nowacek is there to hold the line. 9 seconds left on the power play. Swung around. Only Potter there. He'll just let it go back out to center. Now race out to neutral. Here's Potter. Shot. Blocked by Check. Gets it back. Trying to backhand it toward the net mouth, and eventually the Ducks clear.
Oh, that's a big kill for the Riverkings to not give the Ducks any momentum to get back into this game.
Yeah, 2 5-minute majors, and we see no additional goals scored. Here's Kobo off of the turnover, looking for some help. Riverkings do well to track back. It'll be banked off of the back of the net, picked back up by Leppert. He'll play it off of the wall, intercepted by Brown. Couldn't hold it on side, though, as he and Leppert tie up. And eventually sent back in by Adam Brown. Down to 6:50 left here in this second period. Riverkings still leading 4-1. Shots on goal 23-14 in favor of Wisconsin Rapids. Tricarico trying to work through center, was watched by Jackson Armstrong. We'll give back over toward the far side. Riverkings looking to set the table. Hughes wrist shot through traffic. Missouri sees it and he'll hang on.
Tricarico was sitting on the doorstep looking for a rebound. Nothing there. Missouri did a good job to keep control of that puck and stop play.
Boy, I'll tell you, William Tricarico's got to love playing with Dell's Ducks. He has had some pretty good contests against him this season, including the 4-point performance earlier this year, 2 goals and 2 assists, and he's on the score sheet a few times tonight. 6:33 left here in the second period. As the Ducks work back to the top of the circle, but it's intercepted by Bowman. He'll try to weave through traffic. Lucas Epperson rips the puck away and gives off to Kupstein. He races through neutral. Jack Kupstein, second-year Dell's Duck, gave off to Grove. He'll try to punch it back down to the corner. Pulled off of the wall by the Riverkings. Carried back ahead by Bowen, former Boston Junior Ranger, I believe, as it's Epperson back behind, takes a shot. Yildirim makes the save. Rebound chance by Newmeyer, and that got blocked. Picked back up by Bowman. Onto the stick of Kupstein. He'll try another shot. Stick the side there by Yildirim. Ducks not getting a ton of traffic in front of Yildirim. And what he's seeing, he's stopping. Here's Kupstein. Another shot. This time there's a Duck in front. Newmeyer with the opportunity. Epperson tries to follow up, but it'll be ripped away by Falkine, and he'll carry back ahead. Falkine through center with Mills, trying to go all the way through the defense. Ducks eventually intercept, play it back to the line, not out. Medved able to hold. He'll get past Newmeyer, tries a shot to flex up, and out of play. A little push in there with Alex Grove after the whistle. A little more. Alex Grove been a feisty one here today, too.
And John.
I'll tell you, Alex Grove is one interesting character. I know a lot of you folks might not see all of the Dell's Ducks games, but
Jacobson, one of the captains. Yeah. He's telling Grove to go sit
pushing
down.
And shoving there. Kai Newmeyer with Atkins. Yep. We're going to get more. Newmeyer's not stopping. Newmeyer going back at Atkins. Linesman trying to restrain Kai Newmeyer. Boy, this game is starting to boil a little bit here.
And it's only the second period. Usually you don't see that. A little bit of frustration. I don't know if that's frustration coming out of the Dells or...
Well, it very much could be, but like they say, familiarity breeds contempt. These two teams met a little earlier on in the season. games that weren't quite as spirited, I would say, at Lake Delton Ice, but it doesn't take much.
Medved and Grove are in the penalty box for Medved for the Riverkings and Grove for the Ducks.
That's where it all
they weren't even involved in this last altercation.
That's where it started, and then it ended with the players waiting right at the red line that Kai Newmeyer and Owen Atkins started doing a bit of pushing and shoving. It looks like both of them are going to be peeled off of the bench and put in the box as well.
Just kind of wait and see what they end up. They're writing stuff down at the scorer's table, so we'll see what they come up with. Nothing on the board yet. Atkins and Newmeyer are both in the box. The officials are still talking to Newmeyer.
One linesman talking to Paul Beckman, the other talking to Anthony Rohde, as the coaches are looking for a bit of an explanation. Looks like Rohde will get it first. Both of these coaches in their first year with their respective programs. Paul Beckman picking up here at Wisconsin Rapids, and you said it was a pretty big task for Beckman coming in here because he had a lot of building on the team to do and no returners from a season ago. Literally 0 returners from a season ago. On the other side, the Dells Ducks, Anthony Rohde comes off of the bench as an assistant to Sean Falzone, steps in, and he's got a whole bunch of guys that come in. So two pretty different stories, really, when you take a look at it, and both have done well. If you take a look at the Ducks, they're already more than double where they were last year in the win and point column, and the Riverkings, like we said, got off to that hot start. They played a lot of very high quality and tough opponents, and down the stretch, I would imagine they're going to have a chance to really gain some points and crawl up the standings, especially with the teams that are sitting in front of them on their schedule.
Okay, so they came up with 2 minutes for roughing for Atkins and Newmeyer.
I mean, really, you could almost give 2 minutes to roughing for everybody out there.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're not careful, we might get a penalty for roughing up here. Right above the action. Like I said, this is one of the better spots for broadcasts around the USPHL Premier Midwest West, is we're right above the scorer's box here. In the Dells, we are down in the corner, opposite side, so we pretty much just have to guess what's going on. And most of the time I'm wrong, which is par for the course. Ask my wife, she's right behind me. Wrong all the time.
Oh, and when I got started with this, I always said it felt like two guys sitting on a couch talking about a hockey game.
Right? So now, are we actually going to go 3-on-3 off of this? That's interesting, because usually they'll take a 4-on-4, and then after the whistle, they would just even things up. But we're actually going to go 3-on-3, despite those penalties coming outside of the run of play.
A lot of open ice, if you can take advantage of speed.
Yeah, and here's one guy that might be able to. It's Kyle Cuppolo, who accepts the puck in his own end out there with Falkide and Bowman. The Ducks will counter with Cobo, Brown, and Ethan Matthews. Here comes Falkide up the near side, dishes back for Bowman. Watched by Cobo, man-to-man defense put on by Cobo. Will chip the puck away. Matthews just trying to push it back down to his own zone. Now Falkide has it. He'll feed back to Cuppolo, winding up the wrist shot. It got blocked off of the skate of Ethan Matthews. Matthews tries to put the bump on Falkide, who has the puck again at the circle on the far side. Bowman wanted to set up in front. Cuppolo thought about bringing to the net mouth, but Adam Brown was tracking him. Riverkings all kinds of possession here. Eventually ripped away. Now here comes Cobo. Looking to get back behind the defense. Stumbled a bit. And it'll be taken back by Bowman. It's the second time we've seen a Duck get back behind the defense and stumble. Reese Atkins did it a little earlier as well.
It's that home red line.
It might be something in the ice here. Here's Brown on the take. Will pass it back over to the far side. Bryce Jacobson down the ice along with Logan Potts. Potts is going to have to get back on side. Kupstein comes across the line as Jacobson dances around his man. Couldn't dance around the second, though. Potter tied him up. Picked up by Tricarico. Intercepted out at center. Kupstein got spun around by Potter, and here's Tricarico. Looking to get around the defenseman. Couldn't do that. Ducks back in possession. And a chance for a 2-on-1. That'll be Potts with Jacobson. Potts shot. Save made. Yildirim just brushes that one back to the corner. Keeping the play alive once again. Fed back to the line. Kick free. Taken by Leopard in his own zone. We skate 4-on-4 for the next 19 seconds. Still 4-1 Riverkings, 3:43 left here in the second period. Leopard in over the line, takes a shot, Mazurek makes the save, and he'll just hang on.
That's a lot of lights on the scoreboard.
I know, right? You can charge these two teams a little bit extra on the energy bill here tonight. That's probably why they took all those big 100-watt light bulbs out and put LEDs in.
Yeah. No, Wisconsin Rapids Water and Light, that's a local electric utility. They don't mind.
There we go. We used to have water at my last apartment. We were paying it to Eden Prairie, Minnesota for some reason. Just didn't feel right. Here's Mills stepping free as both teams go to full strength. Mills will pass it back off for Falkite, fresh out of the ice, deflected at the side of the net by Bowman, just missed. A good setup there by the Riverkings after the penalties expired. Wisconsin Rapids will pick it back up, feet to the point. It's Capello with a shot, blocked it out. Here comes Kobo. This time he gets back behind the knee. Kobo in with a move, and he couldn't pull the trigger. And Capello plays him into the boards afterward. Well, insult to injury. And now here come the Riverkings back, and they have numbers. Fed for Mills, backhand, forehand, did not pull the trigger as Mazurek ran him out of time. Left back down low. Stepping off of the wall, shot taken, save made, covered up. Still not covered though, and now Falkite picks up the puck. I thought Mazurek had it, he did not. Centering pass. Riverkings in possession with Mills. He'll retreat back to the point, feeds it to the far side circle, where it's now Falkite spinning back. His shot deflected, save made, rebound chance, and that one will get stopped by Mazurek as well. And he'll cover with 2:23 left in the second.
Wow, he is a stone wall back there.
I'll tell you what, at one point,
keeping him in the game.
Yeah, sorry, Mark, but at one point it was 13 shots on goal and 4 given up by Mazurek, and now it's 30 shots on goal with 4 given up. As I said, coming into the game, he has not been easy to beat. The Riverkings did well in the first period and on this power play goal here in the second, but he's trying to shut things down. Now needs some run support.
Oh, good stick by Whitehead, skate to deflect that puck.
Whitehead, the former Sioux Thunderbird out of Barrie, Ontario. Playing the puck back down low. 18-year-old. Again, a very young squad here for the Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings, which is good for them going forward. Get some players in the system, they learn the system, they play with each other for a few years, which is very similar to what Wisconsin Rapids had here under Marty Quarters. You'd see guys come for 3-4 years, and it always worked out pretty well for them. And Austin Quarters, who played for 5 seasons under his father. And he played for the team. I'm going to do a little bit of trivia here for you, Mark, and I want to see if you can pick it up. That one will be kick free. Should be pretty easy. Here's Whitehead. He'll get a run at a time, a deflected puck. He is picked back up at the side of the net by Noah Check. Noah Check turned over, right in front, save made by Mazurek, and another big save made as Chris Mazurek comes up with 2 huge stops point blank. All right, you ready for the trivia?
Maybe.
I know. I think you're ready for this. Okay. You do remember that prior to the Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings, there was a team here in the area, became the Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings. That team's name was...
Yeah, you got your...
What's that? The Central Wisconsin Saints, that's correct.
Okay. You say it, and I had heard that name before, but I was not on that page.
Played at KB Willett, the former Great Lakes Hockey League that then merged with the Minnesota Junior Hockey League where the Ducks were. Then they had the Minnesota Division and the Great Lakes Division who never played each other, even though these two teams are only like an hour apart. And then they both joined the USPHL. I'm going to tell you, Mark, there was a time there where we were calling games and a league name changed every year. It was like 6 years in a row.
Well, that's fun. It's a testament to the organization and to keep it going and to keep everybody in.
Absolutely. Hughes winds up with a shot. That one got blocked on the way into the final minute here of the second period. Chicago backhand save made by Mazurek. Mazurek starting to zone in on this one. And the Ducks making their goaltender a little bit busier than they would like, though. Played up the wall, intercepted. Hughes, another shot. And once again, Mazurek is there to hug that one. and hang on with 27.6 left in the period.
Well, and you don't see, I mean, there's a little bit of this going on with like baseball. Wisconsin Rapids has the Rafters and that Northwoods League and some of that. But hockey is way bigger when it comes to all these feeder programs and everything. It really is cool. It gives these kids an opportunity to play more hockey and to sharpen their skills. And you think of some of the high school sports, they don't get the chance to even be seen. And at least these kids are getting the exposure and getting a chance to play, and you never know who sees somebody who sees something that they like.
Yeah, and a total of 69 teams in the USPHL Premier across all of the divisions from coast to coast. Of course, next year that'll change a little bit as the Mountain Division is all going to the NCDC. This one is played back down low, and that will do it for the period. And although they only got one, it was a very solid period for the Riverkings. They put up that one from from Falkide, and it's now 4-1, and they're running away in the shot on goal category as well, 35-17. More of this out of the Riverkings in the third, and they're more than likely walking out with a W here tonight. Welcome back, everyone. Just about set to begin the third period here from the Southwood County Rec Center. The Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings leading the Dells Ducks by a score of 4-1. Matt Panier, Mark Lockhart joining you here on Hockey TV, Wisconsin Rapids Community Media, Civic Media, and 105.5 WIRI. And Mark, in that second period, and not so much on the scoring side for the Riverkings. They did get the one from Falkide, but some awesome play in the offensive zone. Former cameraman Zach is back. The Zach attack is, and he's wearing Bears stuff, of course, still. Maybe we might have to turn you up there. You got you turned up? Here, let's try this. Is this going to work?
Is that better?
Oh, there. Sometimes we got to turn it on, right?
Yeah, that helps.
There we go. Yeah, good to see Zach. He's got to be happy his Bears are getting the #1 pick.
Yeah.
I don't know what the heck they're going to do with it, but it's there.
They don't need a quarterback. They need a lot of other things, but they don't need a quarterback.
Trade it. Trade it.
They've got some takers that would do it.
Absolutely.
I was just looking through other places in the league here. It looks like the Blue Ox and is it Isanti?
Isanti. I got yelled at about that earlier this year, by the way. I was calling it Isanti.
Yeah.
Thought I was going fancy, but I was wrong.
Well, they're not the Mudders anymore.
Yeah, it used to be the Rum River Mallards.
Or the Mallards, that's it.
All right, more trivia for you.
So, okay.
Anthony Rohde, who is the Dells Ducks head coach, played in Isanti for the team there back in 2013-2014. Do you know the team there?
No, it's
the Minnesota Owls.
The Owls?
The Minnesota Owls.
Good deal. Oh, and going there, the Ox and Isanti are tied up 2-2. Hudson's beating the Moose 1-0. The Squatch are taking it to the Mullets 8-1 at the start of the third period there. So that's what's going on in the rest of the league so far.
Yeah, have the Squatch woken up. That's a 6-goal second period for the Minnesota Squatch.
And you were talking about Hudson, they're up 1-0. You think that's a close game, but the way they do not give up goals, that might be like 3 or 4 goals.
Exactly. Sometimes that 1-goal lead is lockdown territory for Hudson. Back on our way here in the third. The Ducks now going to be moving to the left-hand side as they deposit the puck into the offensive zone. The Riverkings will try to get that one out. They'll be heading left to right here in the third and final period of regulation time. Leading by 3 as Mills looks to chip around Austin Holmberg, the defenseman. Chip back over to the line. It'll be picked up as the Ducks try to get it back out to center. By the way, our technical director, Matt, is on it here as we're trying to get the video back up for you. Feel free to listen in to us at the moment. As here's Epperson sending it in. And if you're on WIRI, you're thinking, I'm listening anyway. Jacobson forcing the turnover back behind, trying the centering pass. It'll be taken by Reese Mills as he carries it over the line. It's actually Bowen now going one-on-one with the defender, trying to step around. Gage Senni will rip the puck away, and it'll be the Ducks trying to get it back out. Eventually just take the clear as Alex Grove sends it the length of the ice. And an icing called here 59 seconds into this period.
Well, that's one good. So the Ducks aren't able to change, so there's no advantage there. But Only 1 minute into the period, or 59 seconds to get technical. We'll get that face off here to the stick side of Zurich.
It is won by the Riverkings. They try to play the puck toward the net mouth, intercepted by the Ducks, and they'll send it all the way down. Ducks now giving chase. There was no icing call. That allows them to make the change. Tricarico back to the line. Was that held in by Senio? Looks like it, but turn right back over now. Here comes Damtia. Fell down trying to get into the line. It'll be Ryan Hammer pushing it back toward the corner where it's picked up by Leppert. He'll get flushed out toward the near side. They dropped it off for Capello. Capello trying the long outlet pass, which deflected off of Damtia, but did get back out to center. Now in over the line, this is Hogan McNeish. Haven't seen too much of number 28, but he's out on the ice now. Got the video feedback here.
You said you haven't seen much of McNeish out there, but you're up 4-1. They may, it's a chance to maybe get a couple of guys that don't get a lot of playing time out there and see what they can do.
Yeah, and don't forget, Ewan Hill is also lost for the rest of the contest after the ejection earlier on in that second period. Here comes Leppert. Trying to spin back. Leppert stuck in his own zone for a moment. Long outlet pass ahead. Just missed Tricarico. And he'll chase it down with Jackson Armstrong in pursuit. Armstrong bumps him off of the puck. Nowacek roughed up by McNeish. He'll play it back into the corner. McNeish chips for Tricarico. Ducks finally coming up with it, trying to work their way off of the wall. Plenty of pressure still from the Riverkings, and eventually poked back out to center by a shot Damtian, who was playing in Sweden prior to coming to the Ducks. Damtian cut off just inside the line. Potter able to rip the puck free now. Potter's going to take it for a skate through neutral. Finds a little soft spot in the Ducks defense down the near side. Chipped around, but picked back up by the Ducks. Here's Kobo out to center. Nowacek, and a little miscommunication there with Reese Atkins, but eventually Czech will pick it up after Atkins chipped into the offensive zone. Tricarico cut him off. Ducks back to it. Atkins looking to spin back. Lost the handle. Peel dishes back very smartly, and now that'll allow Russell out at center. Returns back to Peel. Peel with LaJoy stepping up. Picks it up at the dot. Backhanded shot got stopped by Missouri. Riverkings have it again. Peel plays down to the corner. Russell shot. Missed that one high over the left-hand side. Medved to the top of the circle, poked away. Now here come the Ducks, and it's Ethan Matthews off to the races with Jackson Armstrong trying to feed it that way. Matthews will just fire one in. Glove down there by Yildirim. He'll leave it back for Medved. Yildirim has not been shy about playing that puck. Now turned over. Here's Matthews walking in with a shot save made by Yildirim. Brown tried the rebound chance, and now another from Matthews, and that one stopped by Yildirim.
The Ducks were looking at wide open nets and couldn't figure out a way to get it in the back.
Here's Matthews spinning in, and he'll get hit on the way to the net mouth there by Russell as those players collide at the circle.
A couple of unfriendly bounces there for the Ducks.
This one will go the length, and it'll be whistled for an icing. Well, the Ducks last weekend in that game against Steele County, they caught all the breaks, if you will, on night number one, as the Blades hit no fewer than 5 posts, and then it was the complete opposite the next night, where it seemed like anything that could go wrong did in the 4-2 final. And unfortunately, kind of shades of that for the Ducks here, but the Riverkings will take it. Sometimes you're the bug, and sometimes you're the windshield, as Rich Bickle would say at the racetrack from time to time. This one's going to go all the way back down, and it'll be in Ducks territory where Missouri has to step out to play the puck. Just past 4 minutes gone here, nearing 4.5, and it's a 4-1 lead for the Wisconsin Rapids Riverkings. Logan Potts over to his right-hand side, taking this one for a skate. Will now work his way back to the near side as cuffs down to the point. Doesn't go that way. Feeds it into the mixer across, and then Holmberg missed an empty net.
That puck just slid across to him, just wide.
Intercepted by Kupstein out at center. He and Owen Atkins meet. Kai Newmeyer backhands into the Riverkings zone. Ethan Dominic bumped off of the puck by Holmberg. Played back in by Kai Newmeyer. Picked back up by the Riverkings. Capello will feed over to this side for Leppert. Trying to get away from Jacobson, but he forces the turnover. He's got Epperson with. Here's Jacobson. Pass across for Epperson, and he just missed him. The Ducks are starting to get some chances here in this third period, but the puck is not cooperating. Here's Dominic.
Just bouncing over the sticks, just catching it on an edge and just not able to get it squared up. They've probably missed 2 or 3 goals by a grand total of about 18 inches.
Yeah, boy, wouldn't that really have made a difference here right now? But the Riverkings will take it, leading 4-1. Shots on goal 36-17 in favor of the home squad. And these two teams are back in action here again tomorrow. 7 o'clock start time. Mark, you're going to take that one all the way through, correct?
I believe so, yes.
All right.
You're giving me lots of good, you're being a good mentor and a good role model. You're giving me lots and lots of good,
stop
good
it
stuff.
Now. Stop it. Here is Epperson, had it ripped away. Be happy to join you. I'll be back here in a couple of weeks to join you again. That one's turned over, a shot from Bowman, and that is saved by Mazurek, who has done well here since about the second half of that second period. That one whistles wide. But again, same story for the Ducks, having a hard time giving them some run support. Dubel had it chopped away by Jackson Jones. And a whistle, and now we're going. Here's Senio. He gets taken down. Is that Leopard or is that Mills?
Mills.
Boy, and Mills is not at all pleased. He and Senio on the scrap. Both will skate away. Both still have their helmets.
I'm going to guess we won't see either one of them tomorrow night.
Yeah, more than likely not.
Well, for sure, Senio, he went right out the gate, right to the locker room. Mills is coming into the, yeah, they're taking Mills too. Mills went to the penalty box, but he's going to the locker room too.
So Mills will go off. All this happening right at the 5:57 mark. Getting the salute here from the Southwood County Rec Center. Of course, the fighting rules have morphed very drastically over the last couple of years on behalf of player safety. Very much frowned upon now here in the USPHL Premier Division. So like you said, more than likely won't see either of those two players for tomorrow. Usually the fighting is the game ejection and a 1-game suspension. Now, some of the gestures there by Bryce Jacobson leaves me to believe that there might be more coming to this than just the fighting penalties. And it might be a little extra to Senio for starting things. By the way, looking around the league here, Mark, the Minnesota Blue Hawks have scored 2 in pretty quick succession, 27 seconds apart. Now they got a 4-2 lead over the Isanti Outlaws.
And that's with 10 minutes left.
Oh. Yeah, and that's good news for the Riverkings as well. The Blue Hawks trailing them. The Riverkings kind of have them in the rearview mirror, but they got Isanti right in the crosshairs to try to take a spot away. So getting a little help there from the Blue Hawks, which is something we never really heard of. These two teams were pretty fierce rivals over the last couple of years.
Yeah. Well, that's...
So they put the 5 minutes up on the scoreboard. It looks like we're going to skate 4-on-4 here. It's a bit odd because usually you'll just see the 5-minute majors. The players will go to the box and will skate 5-on-5 typically, but not in this situation.
Nope. They're found somebody else to contemplate what they did wrong.
It's a little bit of extra ice out there as the Ducks will carry it over the line with Holmberg. Holmberg tries to change the angle, took the shot. Yildirim gloves that one down and hangs on. And there he is again, thinking about playing it. But the whistle blew. By the way, Ben Bondarenko is running the camera here tonight. Ben, are you a play it guy or are you a hang on and get the whistle guy? You're a what now? You're a hang on guy. You're not a Mike Smith type. Okay. That's okay. I don't know how much longer the Mike Smith types are going to be around. I'm an Oiler fan. I like Mike Smith, but man, sometimes just turn that puck over. Yeah, definitely entertaining. Tell you what, though, I wouldn't mind old Smitty back in the net for the Oilers right now. They could use him. There's Leppert. Pulling it back down into the corner. It will be rung back around, and Kupstein is 2 at first. Again, we're 4 on 4 here for a full 5 minutes. Barring any other penalties, of course. And now Bowen trying to pick the puck up. Domtion able to chop it free. Capello back of the red line, deposits that one in. Kupstein 2 at first. Will get the puck right back at the bottom of the circle now. Tries a long outlet pass. It's right onto the stick of Capello. So Kupstein to Capello, which is a bit of a tongue twister, but we'll work it out. Now this puck comes free, and it's Adam Brown, and he's back behind the defense. Brown working in, forehand, backhand, lost the handle on the puck before he could get a shot. And that has been a bit of a story here for the Dells Ducks. Opportunities falling by the wayside. Riverkings have capitalized on theirs. Here comes Leppert. In over the line, 1-on-3. Leppert still with the puck, just going to carry it over to the far side. Chopped away from him by Jackson Armstrong. Leppert deals for Tricarico. Poked away from him, and it might be the Ducks off to the races again. Here comes Jackson Jones. JJ with a shot, and the save is made. And it's a nice stop there. Ducks did get the shot off. Here comes Tricarico in. Tricarico looking to weave around the defense. Poked away by Ethan Matthews.
Riverkings kind of playing with fire here. That's 2 breakaways they've given up here. You don't want to give up a goal and breathe life into this.
Shot taken from Jackson Armstrong. Going to be held on to there by Yildirim. Well, I'll tell you, that was a bit odd. Jackson Jones, the defenseman for the Dells Ducks, stepping up, getting the breakaway. Don't see that very often. Jones with 1 goal on the season, the 17-year-old from Bloomer, Wisconsin. How do you like this? One of those co-op programs. Not just 1, 3. Regis, Altoona, McDonald out of the northwestern portion of the state.
Yeah, Regis is a Catholic school in Eau Claire. And Chippewa Falls McDonald is also a parochial school. So 2 parochial schools with a public school, but
there you go. Whatever you got to do to fill that roster, right?
Yep.
Here's Tricarico back down low, trying to weave through the defense, and now Kupstein on the take will carry to the blue line. Stopped up and now doubles back and gets across the blue line out to neutral. Reese Atkins trying to chip around the defender, Ryan Hughes. He got past him, didn't have the puck though. Taken by Medved. He'll be chased by Reese Atkins. Returned to Hughes. Lost the handle on the puck. Potts trying to disrupt things, but here comes Potter back up. Potter in over the line. He's got the first goal of the contest all the way through. Can't pull the trigger on a shot as it stops at the side of the net. It'll be picked up by Mazurek.
Potts was pestered by Potter Potter was pestered by Potts the whole.
Don't worry about that kind of stuff, man. I'll tell you. Down at the showcase, I had the Blaze and the Blades in a game. The Decatur Blaze against the Steele County Blades. And when I said Blades and Blaze, no problem. But I kept screwing up Decatur and Steele County for some reason. Go figure. I was just rattled a little bit there. By the way, the Decatur Blaze still seeking their first win of the season. That one was close for them. Boy, I'll tell you what, it's tough. They were down at that same showcase of the Riverkings. It was tied 5-5 against Palm Beach Typhoon as the save is made and held onto by Mazurek. It was 5-5. So the Blaze were potentially going to overtime, looking for their first win, and Palm Beach scored with literally 0.2 seconds on the clock to win 6-5.
That's getting your heart ripped out.
How is that for a backbreaker when you're 0-28 already on the season? Like, tough sledding, but we got to give those kids in Decatur a ton of credit as they still come out and play every game.
Well,
and they play hard.
Santee scored. So it's fourth. The Ox are up 4-3 in that game with 9 minutes left. So they came back with an answer.
Getting close there. Once again, as we're doing a little scoreboard watching, still 4-1 here. Still 4-on-4 for the next minute and 15 as Dubel on the intercept holds the zone for the Riverkings. Works down low. Got to pull it to the backhand. Had it knocked away, and now here come the Ducks back out to center. Bryce Jacobson seeing what he's got for help as he carries it over the blue line into the Riverkings zone. Will dish it off. Kupstein steps up, fires the shot, just missed it wide of the glove hand side. Now Grove onto the ice. Grove trying to weave all the way through. Still with the puck. Lost the handle. It's shipped back out to center by the Riverkings. And Kobo will chase it to his own end. Mikel Kobo watched by Ethan Dominy, able to skate away from one. Kobo still on the puck, and now he'll create a 3-on-2. Kobo dropped it back. Grove walks in, tried the shot, hit the crossbar, up and out of play.
I think Durham just got a piece of that, then it hit the crossbar, so all you got to do is get a little bit.
A little ring-a-ding-ding-ding-dong there by Alex Grove as he was trying to sneak it up high as we've gone past the halfway point of the third period. 35 seconds of 4-on-4 time still remaining. Ducks have had their opportunities to chop into this lead, but Yildirim's been good, and he's held them off of the score sheet here in the third. Shots on goal 38-21 in favor of the Riverkings. There's Holmberg. His pass stopped up by Domity. Grove able to take this one for a skate again. He'll cross with Kobo, try to drop it off. Intercepted by Falkeye. Held in by the Ducks. And now Grove able to step in, takes another shot. This time it's gloved down, and once again Yildirim will play. Left it back for Kupalo. 2 goals and an assist for him on the contest. Will feed it ahead for Domity. In on Holmberg, and he's bumped off of the puck there. Both teams back to full strength. This one over the glass, played ahead. Ducks were trying to hit Kobo, but that came to the corner on the near side instead, and it'll be icing. We talked about what's coming up next here for the Riverkings, and as we said, it's a pretty favorable looking schedule with the exception of Hudson. But that road test is going to be a big one for Paul Peckman and the squad coming up next weekend. 2 on the road against the Squatch and then the Isanti Outlaws. If you can escape with some points out of that and then work your way down the stretch, could be some good news for the Riverkings heading down to those USPHL Premier Midwest West playoffs.
Yeah, that's what you're looking for. You just got to keep taking care of business one game at a time. Hockey can be a funny game like the Dells tonight. The puck's not bouncing their way. So if you can take care of business and just keep playing solid hockey, good things are going to happen.
Here's Potts, and he's got Newmeyer with, and Kupalo with a big steal there on Potts. Otherwise, it would have been a 2-on-1 for the Ducks. Here come the Riverkings back out at center. It'll be Falkeye. Nice game for him so far. Dished off for Bowman trying to turn the corner. Had his pocket picked. And that was Potts coming back on the back check. Turned it right over to Kupalo, sent into the offensive zone. Falkeye on the touch. It'll be offside.
Took him a little while to blow that whistle. It was.
Yeah, I think they were all looking at each other like, who's going to blow it?
Yeah, Riverkings had 2 players in the zone.
They knew it, too. On the other side for the Dells Ducks, they got the Riverkings here again tomorrow, and then next weekend head on the road to take on Hudson. And then 4 straight at Lake Delton ice. The Minnesota Mullets, the Hudson Havoc, and then a pair against the Minnesota Squatch, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. It'll be a busy weekend there.
Yeah, that's the recovery time. When you're playing 2 games in 2 days, that's one thing, but 3 games in 3 days, that recovery time takes these guys, it's a testament that these guys are in really, really good shape, but that's still a lot on the body.
Absolutely, and watching a lot of these USPHL games is Missouri had to come out and make a save. Right on the doorstep was Cooper. They couldn't feed it that way, though. You would see those 3 games set, and a team would dominate. That one's snared and held on by Missouri. A team would dominate on Friday and Saturday, like 13-1, and then maybe like 7-1. And then all of a sudden, that Sunday game would come and it'd be like a 4-3 overtime game. So, to your point there, teams wear down. And when you're looking for points down the stretch, those games become pretty important. And the Riverkings will see a couple of games like that next weekend when they go on the road. They'll have those 2 very tough matches against the Squatch, and then Isanti waiting on Sunday as well.
Well, like you said, then it goes to overtime. Not only is it the 3rd game, but then you play extra hockey on top of it.
And it's always the 3rd game that goes to overtime. It's never the 1st. It's always the 3rd one. Trying to go home on a Sunday night and get ready for the work week. It's a shot from Hughes. Big rebound picked up by the Ducks. Try to get back out to center. They did get the puck out, but
there's that center ice tripping hazard again.
Yeah, the Ducks have had some adventurous moments out at center here. Hammer tried to spin back and put a tap on that puck. Did not. It'll end up being an icing with 7:33 left here in the period.
Atkins and Kobo are back behind the play. I don't know who's. Atkins just got away with a cross check.
And not the first time he's been involved, not the first time Kobo's been involved either. He said this one a bit chippy, which leads me to believe that tomorrow's contest could be rather interesting. Sometimes it spills over, and then sometimes we think it's going to spill over, and the next game is completely clean. You just never know. It's that announcer's curse thing. You say it, and the exact opposite happens.
Oh, yeah.
Here comes Jackson Armstrong in over the line, trying to dish that one off for Kobo. Intercepted by the Riverkings, almost let back behind by Dubel as he'll spin back over to the far side. Has Whitehead there to help. Banked it off of the wall, intercepted by the Ducks. Ryan Hammer wanted to feed it through, goes back to the line and just out of the reach of Domtion, who picks it back up out at neutral. Jackson Jones fluttering the puck ahead. Here's Kobo chipping into the offensive zone. Hammer trying to chase on Whitehead. Whitehead off of the wrap.
He just got the head official in the elbow.
Yeah, that one did not feel good. The officials don't have that much padding. There's Russell. Almost fed it to McNeish right on the doorstep. Nifty little pass there. McNeish just missed. Domtion trying to step up. It'll be ripped away from him. McNeish on the take. They're going to get away from Domtion. He'll spin back. Held on by the Riverkings. Fed back toward the line for Leppert. Ramped off of a Duck stick and back out to center.
I think that was Hammer, a good stick work to deflect that out of the zone.
Long shot in. Yildirim will stop it, leave it back. Down to 6 minutes and 19 seconds left here in the third. Riverkings still holding on, doing well to maintain that 3-goal advantage. Carrico is coming off of the bench. Good job by him to be very, very careful and not take too many men on the ice call. Brown roughs up Falk out of the corner. Chip free by the Riverkings. Tricarico back over toward the far side. Spins back, finds Russell all alone in front, and a big save made there by Missouri. It's the second time Russell's been denied from in close.
Right on the doorstep. Tricarico's got that long reach. He did good work down in the corner and got the stick out, got the puck out to Russell. But now the Riverkings are going to take 2 minutes for cross-checking. Falkheid.
I wonder if the Ducks took one too as they're setting up for the face-off down in the Ducks zone. Maybe not. Now they're pulling them out. Well, we'll see if the Riverkings can hold on now that they've put the Ducks here on the power play with 5:56 left. A chance for the Ducks to try to get a little life into this game. As a face-off will come over the left-hand side of the goaltender, Yildirim. It is cleared out by the Riverkings back into the Ducks zone.
I'm not exactly sure what happened in the Blue Ox and Asante game, but it's now 4-3 Asante.
Huh. Someone's playing with the scoring there.
Must be.
Here is Reese Atkins. Potts trying to step off of the wall, can't get back to the puck, and it'll be cleared by the Riverkings all the way back into Ducks territory once again. Takes care of the first 35 seconds of the power play. 5 minutes and 20 seconds left. Time running out here for the Ducks. Riverkings are fine with that. Dish back off over to Reese Atkins. Overskated the puck for a moment. Ethan Matthews is there to help out. Turns it over to LaJoy. Potter was already in the offensive zone, so LaJoy couldn't go on the attack. Here's Capello in his own end. Skates back behind, finds some open space, and clears all the way back down into Duck territory.
Yeah, that was a good, smart play by LaJoy to not push anything, not rush anything, dumped it back down. That burns more time.
And Ducks unable to send anything up there as Potts tried the centering pass, intercepted by Cooper. Trying to carry in with McNeish, gets around one, lost the handle, and now the Ducks will try to race back the other way. A shot, Domtion ripped it away. Domtion fell down right at that red line again. Here's Grove fresh off of the bench. He and Jacobson collide, and now it's picked up by Cooper. Cooper centering pass intercepted by Jacobson, trying to carry back behind. Missouri has it at the side of the net, and he'll get a whistle. A very disjointed Ducks power play has just 23 seconds left.
Yeah, that was just out of sorts. Not on the same page, running into each other.
Yeah, you got to wonder if
they'll clean that up for tomorrow.
You got to wonder if at some point it gets in the heads of these players a little bit that, you know, the Riverkings have done so well to kill off this power play for the Ducks. start to try to get a little too fancy or get out of position, and those are the kinds of things that happen. Here's Grove looking to play it up the wall, able to play it to the line. Now Cobo and a chance for a 2-on-1 as the Ducks race back in. Shot from Cobo off of the glove of Yildirim, back over to the near side. Riverkings back to full strength with 3:50 left here in the third. They still lead by 3. Jacobson steps off of the wall, trying to go right to the net mouth. Takes a shot, save made, Hammer puts it home. And it's now 4-2 with 3:42 left in the third.
Well, it's not the power play, but they get the goal to try and sneak their way back into this.
Ryan Hammer, who started the season at defense, was moved up by Anthony Rohde to the forward spot. He's played well there now with his third goal of the season. It'll be his second point as he assisted on the Jacobson tally. Bryce Jacobson will have another. 3:42 left, 2-goal contest now. The Ducks will try to go back on the attack here.
And that's one thing, they don't give you a lot of time between the goal and the face-off. You don't have a lot of time to rehash things and talk about it. Play on.
Andrew Crawford going to go out and lower the boom. We'll keep an eye on Mazurek and see what the Ducks, if the Ducks decide to pull him for the extra attacker. Here's Dominic. Dominic. Spilled to the ice by Jackson Armstrong. Picked back up by Falkine, ripped away by the Ducks. Potts trying to get back out to center. Medved is there. He'll play it off of the glass to the line. Dominic looking to carry in. Dishes back, and here's Falkine. One-on-one with Jones. Changes the angle, trying to pass it back. Intercepted there by the Ducks. Poked to the line. And look at this as we've got all kinds of scrapping inside the net. It's Neumeier again. Mazurek trying to push traffic away. Mazurek has seen all of that scrapping out on the ice, and he said, I haven't got to play yet. And now you got Yildirim over at his blue line, just in case. Boy, I think we're about another 5 seconds away from a goalie, Donnybrook. So let's see. It looks like Hughes is going to be sent off.
No, he's just putting him on the bench.
Oh, is he putting him on the bench?
Yeah,
okay.
He's just putting him on the bench.
I don't know that we're going to see any more out of this. Both of these teams feisty tonight. No question about that, Mark.
Yeah, that goal breathed a little life into the Ducks. Yeah.
You know, even if
nobody's going to back down.
Yeah, even if the outcome is somewhat settled here, which it most certainly isn't, don't forget these two teams less than 24 hours will face each other again, so you always like to send a message for what you might see tomorrow. To the Riverkings, you don't want to give the Ducks any kind of momentum. If you're the Ducks, you want to say, get ready for a fight tomorrow. So that one is up off of the glass, got a little bit of netting, so we'll get another face-off.
I think that... Yeah, the other thing you don't want to do is you're already down. You both have lost a player. You know, you got to try and figure that out. You don't want to get into any kind of a fight and have somebody else not available for tomorrow night.
Yeah, definitely. Got to keep some cool heads here the next 2:43. Mazurek, by the way, still in net down to our right-hand side. Here are the Riverkings out at center. It's Falkine trying to carry ahead. He's got Dominic with. Falkine going to get bumped, and now it's Adam Brown there. Brown trying to ring it around over to the far side. Intercepted by the Riverkings. They have it at the point. Fed for Falkine. He'll try to weave through traffic. Left back for Dubel. His shot gloved down. Mazurek will take the whistle with 2:20 now remaining in regulation time.
Yeah, I don't know. The Ducks, Riverkings have been spending a lot of time in the offensive zone again, so not giving Ducks the opportunity to even think about pulling Mazurek and getting an extra attacker out there.
Yeah, that is the big thing. If the Riverkings can just keep the puck down on that end, the Ducks won't even have the opportunity. Hammer chipping out to center. Como trying to chase it down. Mazurek's still there, not even looking over to the bench yet. As the Ducks try to get possession, they will. Centering pass just out of the reach of a shot, Domtian.
Yeah, it was off the ice just a little bit too much.
Hammer sending it down low. Now Mazurek's starting to creep toward the bench. Still hasn't gone yet. Just under 2 minutes remaining in regulation, and a chance for Tricarico to come back the other way. Had it poked away by Jackson Armstrong. Here's Tricarico right at the line. fed it toward the net mouth. Picked up by LaJoy. Potter hit the post, and it'll be held onto there by Mazurek. That could have put it away with 1:41 left here in the third.
That was almost exactly like the goal that the Ducks scored, where it hit the post and came right back out in front, but there was nobody there for the Riverkings to put it away.
And Mazurek jumped on top. And
who called the timeout? The Ducks?
Yep, Ducks with a timeout here to talk about it with 1:41 left in regulation, trailing 4-2. Boy, full marks to Chris Mazurek for clamping things down after giving up that fourth goal, which, like I told you, happened with about 13 shots on goal. Now it's 40 for the Riverkings. On the other side, pretty consistent sledding for Yildirim, who stopped 21 of 23, and might see a little bit more action here in the next 101 seconds of regulation. You are absolutely right, Mark. I don't know what the heck happened. I saw it too. It was 4-2 Blue Hawks, and now it's 4-3 Asante with
11 seconds
left in the third. How did that happen?
I don't know.
Maybe they gave the goal to the wrong person on the score sheet. That'll happen from time to time. Unless someone from Isanti pulled the checkbook out, bought that goal. Straight cash, homie. I don't know. Can we do that? Is that a thing? No, it's not a thing? Okay.
It's not Wheel of Fortune. You can't buy a vowel.
Yeah, I guess not. Like to buy an eye. Here are the Ducks off of the face-off in their own end. Stuck, turn it over. Here's Potter now, spinning a shot, missed that one wide. As once again, the Ducks having a bit of issues getting out of their own zone. Brown will chop for Kufstein. Stick came up high on Jacobson. It's going to be a penalty coming up here to the Riverkings. Ducks would be wise just to let the Riverkings touch the puck. It'll go all the way down and touched by Yildirim. So 1:10 left here, and the Ducks will be on the power play and a chance to go 6-on-4.
Yeah, they got the puck. They got the puck down into the Riverkings end. The faceoff will be down here. Looks like to Yildirim's stick side, or.
Yeah, I guess I should backtrack a little bit. I said it would be wise for the Ducks to let the Riverkings touch the puck. Don't forget, at this level, it's the NCAA rule where if a team scores, the power play still goes on. So while that might be wise at the NHL level, at the NCAA level, if you can go score and then get the 6-on-4, might work out better for you. I'll tell you, that is such a weird rule.
Game's not over. 2-goal lead with a minute.
Ducks win the face-off cleanly. Adam Brown going to wind up a wrist shot. Save made. Rebound loose. Popped around. Ducks looking for it. Riverkings as well. It's into the skates of Kufstein. Up at the top of the point area on the near side. Kufstein looks to set up into the final minute. Shot taken. Save made. Rebound chance from Matthews. Bounced around. Riverkings trying to clear. And they can set it all the way down and not worry because they are shorthanded.
That was huge. That was a really good look for the Ducks.
Yeah, they were putting plenty of traffic in front of Yildirim. It was the Riverkings that got to it first.
Niche almost.
He would have taken that one away and gone all by himself, but now it's Kobo into the offensive zone, trying to drop it back. LaJoy able to poke it free out at center. Kufstein comes to help out. Brown trying to poke past Cooper, and now it's the Ducks back into the line with Ryan Hammer. Hammer working down the far side. 24 seconds left here in the period. Matthews looks to set up, feeds it right back. Ducks need one here in a hurry, and a big save made by Yildirim, and then the Ducks score with 15 seconds left in the third.
Yeah, big pad save by Yildirim. Yildirim's helmet's on the ice.
And he's trying to argue that should have been blown down. I don't know who the last Duck was to put it home. It may have been Bryce Jacobson with his second. 14.7 left. A power play tally. And now we might be talking about this one down at the scorers table. So the question would be, was the helmet off before the goal was scored? If the answer is yes, it is not a goal. If the answer is no, we have a 4-3 hockey game. An odd situation in the Ducks game last week as well. The net was kicked off of the moorings right as the Ducks scored a power play goal, which was the eventual game winner. Initially waved off, and then the refs talked about it, gave the Ducks the goal.
Face-off looks like it's going to be at center ice, so I think it's going to stand.
So they're keeping this one. 14.7 left. The River Kings Cupola skating over wants to take a timeout. Well, this one was a 4-1 contest very late here in the third period. Like I said, you want to, despite what may happen over the next 14.7, you want to send a message for tomorrow's game. How about the Ducks saying loud and clear, strap up, boys, and get ready for that 60 minutes tomorrow, because we're coming back and we're going to give you a game. Well, that is one thing that the Dells Ducks have done much differently, and as you know, I've spent a lot of time down there at Lake Delton Ice over the past couple of seasons as the voice of the Dells Ducks, and boy, they were a team last year where when they went down 4-1, that was a game that was about to end 10-1, 12-1. This season, not at all the case. The Ducks have a lot of fight in them, and you've seen it here tonight.
Yeah, they aren't backing down from anybody, that's for sure. And just enough, to get under your skin a little bit, and if you can get a team off their game.
The Ducks had that one drawn up for Kupstein to play it over to Brown off of the face-off win. Missouri trying to go to the net. 5 seconds left. Matthews in over the line, tried the shot. It got blocked. He's got it back. He's right in front trying to kick it for Brown. The River Kings will pick up the puck and eat the final second off and save the 4-3 victory here on night number 1. Although the Ducks pushed back, the River Kings were able to hang on.
Yep, they never got a shot on net, but they were crashing the net with 2 guys and had the chance, but the River Kings defense was able to take the puck away and get it off into the corner and salt this one away. Nothing's easy.
Boy, I'll tell you what, you take a look at this game, and we talked about opportunities on both sides. And both of these teams are going to go back. They're going to see some hit posts. They're going to see some broken up man advantage opportunities. Boy, this game could have been different one way or the other. The River Kings had a chance to really pull away late. The Ducks had a chance to even things up. And I'll tell you, just a fantastic hockey game here today at the Southwood County Rec Center. Third period scoring, Ryan Hammer, third of the season from Jacobson and Kobo. And then it was Jacobson, his second of the contest. Power play tally, no assists listed, his 8th of the season. But the River Kings hang on for the 4-3 victory, out shooting the Ducks by a final tally of 40-27. And boy, Mark, I'll tell you what, I'm a little jealous of you. I mean, I'm not going to be jealous when I'm out there doing the little brap tomorrow out on the snowmobile trails, but it's going to be a good hockey game here tomorrow, I think.
This is going to be a good one. Hang around here and see who we got for the 3 stars here and for the River Kings. And
yeah, and again,
I'm sure Kupla will get one of them with 4 points.
Oh, you have to. Absolutely. I think Falkide might be in there as well, by the way. While we got a second here, big thanks again to the staff for helping out here. Art Napgezek, Matt Fillmore, Don Chesborough back at WIRI Studios. Ben running the camera here tonight. Mark, big thanks to you. Had some fun here with you tonight.
Well, thank you. This is fun. It's a whole different ball game to be the play-by-play, and you don't get a chance for a break much. You don't go to commercial or anything. It's constant talk, and
absolutely. These games are a bit challenging because it's not like the professional guys. They get the commercial breaks and things. We just keep going.
Energizer.
Yeah, right. My wife likes that though, because I tell her I have a certain number of words I can say in a day, and this usually exhausts that number. So after a little while, I run out of my word count. See, I'm already starting to run out. You can hear
your word account.
A little bit of stumbling. It's going to be a really quiet ride to Pickerel after this one.
Oh, Tricarico got.
All right, here we go. Potter scoring the first goal of the game here for the River Kings.
Our second star player of the game comes from Waterloo, Ontario,
2 goals and an assist for Capello Potter, by the way, a goal and 2 assists.
Wonder, are they giving the third one to Yildirim? Or the first one? Yildirim. Nope. Oh, Falkheid.
Falkheid gets what is the eventual game winner in this game, that power play goal in the second period. It didn't really look like much at the time, did it, as the Riverkings went up 4-1, but hey, that ends up being the one that they needed.
Yeah, this game looked like it was over. I think it was less than 5 minutes left. It was still 4-1. And they scored those last couple late in the game and made it interesting, but able to hang on.
Well, again, same 2 teams, same time, 7 o'clock tomorrow here at the Southwood County Rec Center. You can catch it the exact same way. Wisconsin Rapids Community Media, Hockey TV, Civic Media, 105.5 WIRI. And you're going to want to tune in for that one, as the Ducks and the Riverkings should be a dandy after the 4-3 final here tonight, night number 1 of 2 between these 2 squads. It'll be the final meeting of the season, by the way, for these 2 as well. Well, again, Mark, I want to thank you. Have some fun tomorrow. We'll see you back here a little later on this season. And some of the Riverkings home games down the stretch. And for those of you fans out there on both sides, Dells Ducks fans, you'll see me on the 29th as the Ducks take on the Minnesota Mullets, trying to hang on to that 8th spot in the USPHL Premier Midwest West. By the way, after this contest, the Riverkings now sitting at 15-1, so they move back to 500. They pull off points 30 and 31 for the moment, with 3 games in hand, 1 point behind the 5th place Steele County Blades. The Ducks on the other side fall to 9-22-2 and 1 overtime loss, stay with 21 points. Been a fun one here from the Southwood County Rec Center. Invites you to come back tomorrow, 7 o'clock start time. The Ducks and the Riverkings again. Enjoy the remainder of your Friday night, my friends, and if you will, please stay out of trouble.